All right, folks. So, got everything going. Welcome to the Smarks Remarks live broadcast of Monday Night Raw. I know we're not starting on time, but technical difficulties and whatnot. This is our first video on YouTube. Yay! We're going to have more to come.
Hugh said
So,
come.
anyway, without further ado, let's start making fun of shit. Yo, Dane, how's it going?
Good. Mike's not here. He's at his friend's house, so I was without any entertainment.
Yeah, he's. I'm
By
assuming
the
he's
way,
doing Slam tonight.
by the way, hi everybody. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, we're talking about Mike Riley.
Yeah, Mike Riley from Culture Shock TV, who both of us have worked with on other productions, namely the Mental Cast and You Can't Be Serious.
Which, by the by, this Saturday, myself and Jace are in the first taping.
Yep. It's first taping of season 4 of You Can't Be Serious.
Yes.
Ooh, I love this commercial. They're recapping the whole talking smack thing.
Finally,
So,
the Miz did something worthwhile.
yeah, I know, right? Like, I've been waiting for him to get edgy for a while. I was a huge fan of his back in his anti-Cena days when he was calling out Cena and Cena wouldn't show up, so he kept calling himself undefeated against John Cena.
Well, I mean, after SummerSlam, where he was parading around as the gay Phantom of the Opera, I was just like, well, kind of starting to lose a little faith in the Miz. But there we go. He's
Yeah,
relevant.
I'm really happy that he's relevant again.
Does everybody like my forehead?
I think my forehead's pretty damn shiny. Well, that's the hazard of having a shaved head.
Did you
So,
did you see the movie Don't Breathe?
no, I haven't seen it.
I highly I comes I'm doing a finger waggling, so you know I'm serious. It comes highly recommended. It's very good.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Um, I'm finally getting around to seeing Suicide Squad tomorrow. So,
Oh, you poor baby.
I have a
I
free
mean,
ticket, so why the hell not?
it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. It was
It
just kind
looks
of
fun.
blunt. And apparently, Jared Leto's Joker is now being universally panned as the worst high iteration of the Joker. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I'm not a fan of Heath Ledger's.
personally, I always like Jack Nicholson's Joker the best.
I'm always going to be partial to the cartoon, but that's just me.
Because you're a Mark Hamill dude.
I'm a Mark Hamill Mark. So, yeah.
I'm looking at the screen and giving my best B author look. Hmm.
So, for anybody who's going to watch this, after the fact, or if somebody, well, 0 viewers, so whatever. I give two shits right now, but because this is all just an experiment. Um, this YouTube page will have videos similar to The Soup, with Joel McHale. I'll be in front of a green screen. There will be clips of wrestling. I'll be riffing on it, giving my opinion, predictions, yada, yada, yada. Similar to what I used to do on the Tumblr page in writing form. but a little bit more comedic because you're going to see my goofy ass face on camera.
Big, it's inspirational speech time by Big Cass.
Yeah, of course, with no television down here in my studio, which looks to be in shambles right now. Trust me, it is my studio. Uh, I'm watching a stream, so I'm lagging behind a little bit.
Well, right now, Big Cass is doing the whole, well, I've always wanted to wrestle ever since I was a little boy inspirational video package.
Oh boy.
Here's a little secret, folks. As much as I like Enzo and Cass, Cass is probably not gonna win the Universal title, rather.
Oh, one of my coworkers is a huge Enzo and Cass fan, especially Cass, and wants to see Cass win. I'm like, oh come on, like I'll admit I have a thing against green people getting a belt too soon. And while I was happy for Balor, Balor and Rollins are the same age, so I mean, the two of them I feel can hang on a very high level, and Balor very easily could have deserved that title despite only having appeared on television like, what, 2-3 times? But Cass, on the other hand, I'm not seeing a lot of variety. His promos, I think, are supposed to be kind of the humorous, dumb guy with small, big mouth.
I have to interrupt you just a second. It's the pail that walks like a male, Sheamus.
Oh, Sheamus.
Oh,
he was a great example of that. He was a great example of someone who got pushed to the moon way too quickly.
I mean, the fact that he's workout buddies with Triple H and they're like BFFs probably didn't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You were talking about Cass. Please continue.
Well, I mean, Sheamus fits into that, actually. It's a great segue. I mean, people who get pushed to the moon and back, while still being relatively green. I mean, Roman Reigns may have been around for a few years, but we didn't see too much solo stuff with the whole Shield thing, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, he's getting pushed into the main event scene. People are booing him. I mean, the only reason Sheamus didn't get booed out of the building when they pushed him to the moon was because he beat John Cena. You beat John Cena for a belt, and people ain't going to boo you. I mean, hell, people would probably cheer Roman Reigns if he beat John Cena for a belt.
I kind of, after what happened at SummerSlam, it seems like all of a sudden the fans are like, okay, we no longer hate you, John Cena, yay!
That was such a dramatic show, leaving the never give up armband in the middle of the ring. Holy crap. I was speechless.
One of my friends was watching with me, and when he left the armband in the ring and the crowd was applauding him, he was just like, fucking thank you, John. Listen, whatever works, I guess.
Yeah, it's absolutely mind-boggling, in my opinion. Like, I never thought I'd see that day, but I'm guessing the torch has been passed, and not in the sort of way that, Cena passes the torch to the next Cena, in a way of Superman, but rather Cena passing a torch to the next top dog on SmackDown.
Yeah, John Cena passes the torch to AJ Styles, who's 36.
39, same age
30?
as Cena.
That's even worse, 39.
Yeah. But, I mean, he is new blood relatively to, and certainly has that international appeal, especially being huge in NJPW. And that seems to be one of the things that they've been going for, is the NJPW talent. They started with the Ring of Honor talent when they got guys like Rollins and Cesaro, and getting them on. And now they've gone after NJPW with the Bullet Club guys. I mean, let's face it. It's yeah. Great segue right now as Cesaro's on screen.
I believe this is match 2 in their series of matches. the best of 7?
Yep, yep. Now, see, I think the series of 7 would have worked better if they weren't pure wrestling matches. Because as much as Cesaro's a great pure wrestler, you have the brawler, in Sheamus. I feel like if you're doing a best of 7, each match should have had different stipulations. Make one a submission match. Make one, give them different different things to do other than just wrestle 7 matches.
Make a shillelagh on a pole match. No. I have it on good authority. My unnamed source, that's totally not me, though. I understand that M. Night Shyamalan is Sheamus' agent. And at the end of the year, it's going to turn out that Sheamus has been dead this whole time. That's why he's so goddamn pale.
Sheamus has secretly been a zombie the whole time.
Oh no, he's a Zambo.
Zombie.
Whoops. So Sheamus is just a very... Sometimes if the contrast on my TV isn't working correctly, you can only see his mohawk. And his beard.
I'm just glad he's let it go to like a more natural red as opposed to like the orange that I'm wearing on my shirt right now.
He looks like he's got that mohawk that what's that punk band? I think The Exploited has kind of like a similar...
Yeah, kind of. Although, in my opinion, it just looks like a generic creator-wrestler mohawk.
It does. It really does. And
I'm thinking in order to make this a bit easier on my computer rather than stream it, I might just drag a damn TV down here into the studio and watch it on that, even if it's an old freaking tube TV, just to make this easier and less consuming on my poor-ass little laptop.
Sheamus now doing referee, I'm hurt. Look at me. Well, I mean, he's not doing it quite like that, but I imagine that might be what it sounds like. I played Bebop, or was it Rocksteady? I can't remember.
He was the
Was he
the Rhino? I thought because the other one had the pink hair and he turned into the pig, so I think he was the Rhino.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he was Rocksteady, I believe.
Okay.
Oi there, fella.
Oi, fella.
I was Rocksteady.
Oi, fella. I secretly love Leonardo. He's my boo. Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, these guys can put on a hell of a clinic, but, I mean, like, you could only see the same match so many times before you get sick of it. I mean, like, I could have sworn, and I still swear to this day, that John Cena's last match ever in WWE will probably be against Randy Orton. That whole, you and I, we're going to do this until the day we die, aren't we?
It would not surprise me if he fucking convinced Triple H. Let's do one more match. Come on, Triple H. Yeah. Yeah.
John Cena at like 45, Triple H at what, like 55, 60? If that's the case, then Ric Flair at like, 207. Woo!
Terry Funk at 537. Ripe old age. Terry Funk is going to, one day, he's going to be having a match. He's going to be like 80. Someone's going to tap him, and he's going to explode into like mummy dust. It's like, well, that's it for Terry Funk.
I think he's doing a show in my area sometime soon, too. Doesn't surprise me.
Oh, God. And do you know who's coming back tomorrow? And I heard it's a one-off appearance, thank God. The Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher.
they've been wanting to come back to WWE for a while, like since before the Dudleys came back. They've been just waiting for somebody to kind of, extend them an invite. And I'm surprised it's taken them so long to get invited back. I have a feeling that their appearance tomorrow is going to be a part of the tag team tournament, because me and my coworker were discussing last week that Slater and Rhino, whatever the hell you want to call that, team, maybe Gator and Rhino, I don't know, uh, you know, they have no opponents because there are 6 tag teams on SmackDown. Slater and Rhino make 7. So who would they be up against?
I have a better question. If Rhino wins the election that he's going for, is he going to quit wrestling? Because he's running for some kind of representative.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what would happen as a result of him winning an election like that.
It's like, well, I got a city to run. Sorry, Vince.
I wonder if they have a contingency plan for that. I mean, like, Undertaker and Kane have their own kind of, part-timer agreements where he gets to do, his real estate thing, and Kane gets to do his insurance thing.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Oh, good Lord.
Corvin, here.
Yo! Welcome to the call, man.
I'm just lounging around doing nothing. Watching fucking Raw. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I just downloaded the goddamn thing, so I'm new with all this technology shit. I don't know.
Hey, I'm having technical difficulties up the ass, because this laptop just cannot handle what I'm putting it through.
Well, that's what happens when you allow little mice to actually run the electricity for your computer and stuff. That's just not good. But what do I know?
Well, what I was mentioning earlier was I'm probably going to bring my old tube television that all my old video game systems are hooked up onto, put it up down here, and plug the cable into it, because I'm just sick of not being able to watch it on an actual TV. Which will make doing this sort of thing a lot easier. It'll take the resources off my computer.
Yeah, sure, you go do that. I have no clue the whole time.
Yeah.
While.
So yeah, we were making fun of
Sheamus. Did
Sheamus.
you say something about breaking wind? Did I hear that properly?
I got the audio turned down a little bit so I can hear what's going on with this. So.
Whoa. Well, that's nice tile. Oh, that's the ceiling. Oops.
Yeah. It's the ceiling in my basement here.
Sheamus went for the brogue kick. Cesaro with a off the rope European uppercut. Oh, he's trying for the big swingu.
I mean, like, if these guys pull out all the stops, within 2 matches, I mean, like, isn't it gonna get old? Like,
it's gonna be like having sex with your girlfriend and then coming too quick. Then it's just like, well, what am I supposed to do now?
So it was pretty much like Balor's appearance on Raw a couple of weeks ago. Oops, pulled the trigger too soon.
I'm sorry, that's never happened before.
I mean, I honestly would have done like a backstage video type thing, made it look like he was in hell or something, have the lights turn off, suddenly have him behind Rollins, something like that. But I'm assuming they probably ditched all of that when that crazy dude with the knife popped up in the ring.
That was scary because I believe I mentioned this before on Facebook, but they what? Oh, Sheamus almost won by cheating. The apparently this fan jumped into the ring. They spotted him outside talking to himself, saying he was going to take care of Rollins.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm very glad that we didn't get to find out what that was because security jumped right in.
Yeah, yeah. What was that? Joey Mercury, I think, who jumped in there.
Well, if it was, thank goodness for Mercury.
Well, it was one of the J&J guys who's still with the company, backstage.
Either him or Jamie Noble. Oops.
Yeah, it's one of the two of them. I remember seeing the video and going like, holy shit, J&J saving the day for Rollins.
If you ever get a
Going
chance,
to-
if you ever get a chance, there's a video. I don't remember the. Oh shit, that looks like it hurt. There's a video of a fan jumping in during a WWE event, and fucking Earl Hebner just beats the shit out of this fan.
I've seen it. I've
Like,
seen it, and I freaking
oh,
love it.
Hebner's hardcore.
I think there was one where actually, I forget, it was in WCW. I think it was, I don't know if it was Macho Man against Dean Malenko or something, but like some
Yeah,
guy tried to
Sheamus.
bum rush the ring and the ref just takes him down in a fucking like front chokehold or something. It's fucking amazing.
I hate to interrupt, but Sheamus won by submission.
Cloverleaf.
Cloverleaf looks like Cesaro got quote unquote hurt. Let's see.
Going for that arm, the shoulder injury.
Let's see what happened here. They're showing
Um,
the replay.
so I love the use of
Oh
the
wow! I don't know if that was. He might be legit hurt because that's a pretty hard post.
true with the screens built into them now. Between the posts having the screens and the screen on the TV side of the apron, I mean, like that is a lot harder than it used to be.
He looks like he almost crotched the screen, and that would have been bad.
I still want to know who the fuck designed that damn Raw logo.
Ooh.
That just looks like a fucking upside down M.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pale that walks like a male wins the day, and he's up 2-0 in the best of 7. Well, they're showing replay of this, so maybe.
Yeah, I'm seeing the replays now on my end. His shoulder looks like it hit it too, and that's what he's showing to have gotten hurt. But it does look like he almost got crotch first into it. Maybe he's hiding that real well, but
Well,
It didn't look like it to me on my end. It looks like, I guess he tried, I don't know, maybe braced himself with his shoulder and his leg and lower back. Hit the
here's
post.
the slow-mo replay again.
ooh, shit.
Nah, he went like ass first with his opposite arm landing into the screen part of the apron.
Oh yes,
So he kind of went like ass first into that post.
video package for the recently departed Mr. Fuji.
Calls all day. Get this fucking damn shit.
Mr. Fuji, Pearl Harbor all the time.
Boys, son, go to Detroit. Multi-time tag team champion. Not only
I regret not seeing him I regret not seeing him here in the Northeast because he's in the Northeast Wrestling Hall of Fame.
He managed the world champion, as you can see. He managed Yoko Azuna. Also managed many tag team champions too.
Demolition,
Yep.
notably. Powers of Pain, he managed. They weren't tag teams, but he managed Powers of Pain for some reason.
And apparently, while he was wrestling, it looked like he may have been managed or tag teamed with Lou Albano at one point.
I
I
believe.
guess by Albano probably makes a lot more sense. I don't know if Albano wrestled for Vince at all, unless he
He
was.
did.
employed as a-
He did. He did.
He did? As a manager or just like an actual wrestler?
Both.
Both.
Hmm.
No, the Rock and Wrestling Connection.
Hey,
Oh
Cindy,
God.
baby.
Advice.
Fuji
Oh
General.
man.
Yeah.
That freaking Yokozuna versus Bret Hart. Oh my God. As we previously did on the Culture Shock Wrestle Riffs.
Yes. Hulk Hogan had his prints all over that moment. Well, you know something, brother. I think I should win the title, dude.
Well, it kind of made sense for Hogan to win the belt. I mean, WrestleMania. I don't know. There was
Oh,
a lot of stuff that went against
Canada
me.
versus Canada versus Japan, and I put that in quotes, because Yokozuna was Samoan, but
Right, but you could
Canada
also
versus
match with.
Japan, and then out of nowhere, America save the day!
When you get a chance, watch the SummerSlam that was at Wembley Stadium. There's one
92.
match. There's one match that Jim Duggan does, and he starts a USA chant, and the crowd goes along with it, and and Bobby Heenan's just like, "What's wrong with these idiots? We're in London. This isn't the United States."
Oh, I'll have to look that up. That actually does sound fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
UFO.
I really
God.
like that graphic that they closed the memorial with. Now it's more modernized than the one that they had been using in the past, where it felt kind of depressing. The graphic that they used for In Memoriam for all of the other ones that they've done. So
It's true.
What the hell is? Okay, there we go. Fucking around with this shit. Oh boy.
These. I'm getting a commercial for Sonics. Those
I had
two
a commercial for Doritos, but that's because I'm lagging behind because I'm streaming it.
Doritos.
Wow.
Hot Pockets.
Caliente pockets.
Diarrhea Pockets.
That's the one thing. That's the one joke that I'm known for. Pockets.
Yeah.
Actually,
Gaffigan's
to be fair, Jim Gaffigan. I've listened to a lot of his stand-up. He is a funny dude.
Yeah.
a lot of food-based material.
Yeah, well, I mean, food's funny.
I mean, he wrote a book
I'm not
called
knocking him
"Dad
for
is
it.
Fat."
I mean, before Jim Gaffigan was doing food comedy, there was Weird Al, who did a whole album on food. So,
And
I'm not.
if you want to be pedantic, Gallagher, a lot of his stand-up had to do with smashing food.
yep.
All I know is he smashed watermelons, and that's about it. I don't know anything else about the man except that he smashed watermelons with a mallet on stage, and people went nuts for it.
Can I? Let me.
I don't
You
know.
know, a lot of people give Gallagher flack. If you listen to the stand-up portion of his material, he has a lot of very intelligent comedy, and it's really like it still holds prevalent today. So don't. He's not just the dude who smashes watermelons. He actually had a lot of interesting things to comment about.
I think that's, a lot of the comedians of that era, too, considering, like, let's face it, Yakov Smirnov's only ever remembered for, in Soviet Russia, blank do blank.
Now he's got a theater named after him in Branson, Missouri. The Yakov Smirnov Theater. Look it up.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that. There were a bunch of outtakes on the set of Ghostbusters involving Michael McDonald complaining as they, quote-unquote, destroyed the theater fighting the ghost. And he goes, I don't want to go back to managing Yakov Smirnov. And another one, he goes, I don't want to go back to managing dinner theater in Branson. So, I mean, he clearly was referencing that, So,
Are we talking about the Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald, or the
we're talking No, we're talking about Mad TV, Michael McDonald.
Oh, because I was imagining Michael McDonald. Oh no, I don't want to imagine him.
That might have made that scene a little bit funnier. I'm kind of pissed that the part where he has a very high pitched girly scream and passes out got cut from the movie. Video package time.
This time it's Kevin Owens.
You know, I'm kind of bummed that Hulu only gets a 90-minute cut of Raw, because like I pay the $12 for commercial-free Hulu and get a commercial-free SmackDown, and they have the whole thing, and without commercials, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. You know, like, what are they cutting from Raw exactly? Because they don't cut all these freaking video packages.
Believe me, you're the lucky one. Getting Raw in the nice 90-minute tidbits instead of the 3 hours of fluff.
Well, you can probably find out what they cut out on Raw. Usually the dirt sheets, some of them have like little tidbits of what they cut out from Raw or SmackDown from the Hulu versions, but it's usually buried underneath it's usually lumped in with other stories.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I stopped going to dirt sheets because half the time I'm on my phone, and their pop-up ads are so freaking horrible.
I hate to cut you off, but what the fuck is this in the?
It's Max Moon. It's Max Moon and the Patriots' bastard child.
Did a Kamen Rider drop out from the ceiling?
I have no idea who. I don't know, but apparently it's an American luchador. If America had luchadors, that's what it would look like. Apparently.
I am so confused right now because I'm lagging by a couple minutes.
Oh God.
Oh shit!
It's the Braun Strowman squash du jour.
Braun Strowman's fucking awesome.
Oh God!
Die.
Wait, where are they tonight?
I actually don't know.
I forgot. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my God, he does look like Max Moon, and the Patriot fucked and had a baby.
I told you. I fucking told you.
It kind of looks
like.
Away. Oh no, it's Aldo Montoya. No.
I feel like the helmet or the mask rather is invoking a mix between like Judge Dredd's visor, Captain America, and I don't know what the fuck at that point.
And a
Max Moon
and a 7-year-old girl's bicycle.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warriors.
So throw it all in a blender and you get this guy.
He just fucking tossed his ass.
It's El America. Actually, I don't even know. I have it on mute, so I don't know what this guy's name is.
They literally just called him Americo.
Americo.
Well,
they called him.
Braun Strowman just killed America.
So, Braun Strowman is the democratic process, and this guy is America?
Oh, no, what that dastardly bastard. Look what he did.
Just beat the crap. Oh, crap, he unmasked him. God,
he unmasked him.
Ragdoll.
You don't do that to a luchador. Don't you know anything about nothing?
Now he has to go home and face his family in shame.
That was.
I hope this wasn't this guy's normal everyday gimmick in indies. I hope this was something he busted out just for this.
If you
fucking Tyler, that looks like a fucking children's Halloween costume, and he looks like a child compared to Strowman, especially in that fucking outfit get up.
I'm telling you, it's a matter of time before they start doing 2 jobbers against Strowman.
It works. It's a process. It works. I just hope they don't. End up fucking cutting his nuts off like fucking 6 months later when Vince gets bored with him. Because that's not going to be good.
It's a good thing. Cool. It's a good thing that Cena's on SmackDown because
No, they're going to feed him to Roman Reigns instead.
Yeah.
You mean? I think you mean Brock Lesnar. They're going to feed him to Lesnar because everyone's going to get fed to Lesnar.
Everybody gets fed to Lesnar eventually. Oh man.
Because that's the way they've made it for themselves. Because they've kind of fucked themselves into it. basically they've kind of fucked themselves a bit. They booked themselves into a corner when it comes to Lesnar.
Yeah, it has to be the point where, like, you know, the person who beats Lesnar has to be the next beast. And unfortunately, oh, they're in Houston. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, that's right.
but yeah, whoever beats Brock has to be the next beast. And I don't think they can really book it. You know, like, I don't think they have the strength or the person, you know, in particular who could really do that.
You know,
How do you beat a guy who's basically beaten death twice and act like it was no big deal?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you don't really do it. That's just not possible. Brock is he's the fucking Terminator times 1,000. We all know how hard those things are to kill.
And of course, like, the way they do the whole thing with him too, like, I'm pretty damn sure his contract with WWE is just like the botched spot comic. Something froze for you on your end?
Oh, you were. Maybe it was. Maybe it was me. I have no clue. I have no clue. Maybe it's my shitty internet. I don't know.
Well, you know, I've got Comcraptic internet, so.
Same here, unfortunately. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Damon
but
Damon Wayans is back in a series? Oh boy.
I can't wait to see that because I just saw a bizarre 5 gum commercial.
Oh, it's Lethal Weapon, the series. Okay.
Oh, gee, that's bound to do about as well as Rush Hour, the series.
Rush Hour didn't even get one episode. It just
no,
I
think they ran like the whole season.
Oh shit.
You know, like, Rush
like,
Hour lasted longer than the Munsters reboot. And that is a travesty, because that freaking one pilot episode was phenomenal television.
Wait, the Munsters had a reboot?
1313 Mockingbird Lane. It was by the guy who did Pushing Daisies.
That was a travesty that Pushing Daisies got canceled when it did.
Never heard of the Munsters getting a reboot. I know they had like a TV movie sometime a while ago, but that was all I know about it.
Nah, like, the Munsters reboot starred Jerry O'Connell, I believe, as Herman Munster. And I forgot. Oh, Eddie Izzard played Grandpa. And it was supposed to be a slightly more modern take. Apparently, before they moved into 1313 Mockingbird, they had been moving from place to place because every month on the full moon, Eddie would turn into a werewolf and totally tear up the place. And they were trying to cover it up and keep him from realizing he was a werewolf by telling him lies like, it was a bear attack and we had to move. And it was really clever. Like, I love the storytelling behind it. It was a really freaking good pilot episode that you know, like everything else NBC does, gets canceled or treated like crap.
Oh.
And I'd never heard of it before. That's kind of interesting. I had never known about that.
It aired like one day, like I want to say 4 years ago or something, on NBC during Halloween. That's right, the Smarks Remarks, educating you on random pop culture garbage.
Because this is riveting television we're watching here, folks.
Yep,
it's just putting out such riveting television. We have to find a way to calm ourselves down from this exciting episode of Raw that we're watching.
I mean, after America got unmasked, I'm beside myself.
I know, I can't believe it. I can't even pay attention to this CWC video right here.
Kind of reminds me of the storyline where in WWE where Rey Mysterio lost his mask, and he was just like, "Well, if they see my face, I will be shamed forever and ever," ignoring the fact that he was unmasked in WCW for like 5 years.
They retcon that shit to the point where it's like, okay, that never happened because it was kind of stupid.
WWE tends to, follow the logic of comic book logic. We can retcon whenever the fuck we want, and fuck the fans. We don't give two shits. This is our story.
To be fair, I don't think the fans wanted to see Mysterio unmasked to begin with. It was like, no, just keep him just keep the guy masked. We don't want to see him.
When you look like Cletus, cool. When you look like Cletus the Slack-jawed yokel, the Mexican version.
He looked like me. He did not. He looked like Jessica Alba's little brother, little twin brother.
It's funny
like
too.
Male
it's like,
Jessica Alba in the face.
Have you seen like what he looks like now? Apparently, he's been working out with like The Rock's personal trainer or something like that, or working out with The Rock. And by working out, I put that in quotes, even though I haven't done air quotes this whole time. Like, Rey Mysterio is suddenly huge. He doesn't even look like a luchador anymore.
I had surgery on my left knee 3 times. Also, I accidentally killed a man in the ring.
Oh, goddamn. Poor Ray.
I mean, I feel so bad for him because it was an accident, of course. But people are like, "Oh, somebody died in the ring, and it's all your fault, Ray."
I'm sure Ray's beating himself up about it every fucking day. It's like I accidentally killed a dude.
Of course. I mean, that's.
You don't really get over something like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, it really makes you wonder, like, how does D'Lo Brown feel about the Draws incident?
He feels terrible about it, I'm sure, because I think he and Draws actually talked about it, and D'Lo blamed himself, and Draws was like, dude, it's fine.
Apparently D'Lo visited him in the hospital, and Draws was like, listen, I know this was an accident. I know you didn't mean to paralyze me, so please, don't be upset.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
Here comes Paul Heyman.
Oh, really? I thought that was a walrus.
Really? I thought that was a munchkin.
That's the penguin.
Yeah, he's about to talk. He's about to talk about Mike Lyant again.
This is why I mute my TV whenever Paul Heyman is on, because I can't stand him. I'm tired of hearing him talk.
Yeah, no, I got very tired of him when he was managing CM Punk, because in order to get CM Punk heat, they paired him with Heyman, who the only way he could get heat for CM Punk was talk about Brock Lesnar, which is really, really sad and completely destroyed CM Punk's character.
I mentioned this to Mike, but I would love to pitch a series to the WWE Network. The Paul Heyman show. Just following him around when he's doing things not pertaining to wrestling. Like, go to fucking McDonald's. I would like a Big Mac. No pickles.
So basically him being in character the entire time. He's not like basically being in character out of
entire time.
Work hours.
He goes to a car rental place. I want to point out the dent on the right fender was already there when I rented this car.
What the shit? He's pulling out a fucking stack of fucking. Wow. Okay, he's pulling out a fucking
stack of ones, baby. Stack of ones.
Oh, that would
Dane, I think
piss her off even more.
I think we got a potential prompt for Saturday's YCBS Live.
Paul Heyman in everyday situations.
Knock the money out of his hand.
Well, that's
told you to work the shaft.
Well, that was one of the things, like a classic Whose Line Is It Anyway, Scenes from a Hat, where it was Spanish soccer announcers on their day off. And it was, I forget if it was Ryan or Colin, who goes like, yes, I'd like a cheeseburger, a large fry, and a medium Coke!
I believe that was Colin.
That was Ryan Styles. I remember that.
Oh, it was Ryan. Yeah, you're right.
It was Ryan? Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was Ryan.
It's Paul Heyman on his day off. Everybody who's with him suddenly his client. You know, like, does he just, whoever he's walking around, like, talk for them for no reason? So, my client, so I can talk for myself. No, you don't talk. I talk. When I'm around, I do all the talking.
My client wanted to go on Space Mountain. There should not be a 45-minute delay. Well, man, I could just go on.
We talking the actual Space Mountain, or are we talking Ric Flair? Because Ric Flair referred to himself as Space
the
Mountain
actual
for so many years. Okay, thank God for that.
Well, I could just go on It's a Small World. No. We're not going to go on that kitty crap.
The way he says Lesnar's name, too, every time.
Brock Lesnar.
Laser!
Cock Chesner.
Rash, hard tits.
I'm still going to call him Cock Chesner. Whoever, he needs to just, I don't know why he decided a penis tattoo in the shape of a sword was a good idea, but...
he could afford tattoo surgery.
Yeah, he could, but I don't think he wants to. I don't think he realizes it's a penis, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it looks like a hand holding a penis between his pecs, which symbolizes a boob job. So, like,
betwixt his large, massive mammaries.
his manneries.
Yes.
They're their pecs, therefore they're manneries.
Where is my client now? He's in the back taking estrogen blocker. Excuse me. I mean, having a soda.
My client, Brock Lesnar, is busy taking his inhaler.
Yeah, that's the ticket. It was an inhaler. He has glaucoma. Paul, you don't take inhalers for glaucoma. Oh, well then I think my client might be smoking pot. Shit!
My client, Mike Lyant.
His name is Mike Client.
You get it? Because it sounds like my client.
My client, Amanda Hugginkiss.
So how many of Bart Simpson's prank call names could we get Paul Heyman to say?
Client, my crotch. Actually, hang on a second. Let me. Whoa, what was that? Paul just made an O face. And
I think because Stephanie slapped him or something. I'm
not
really sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. It's not worth paying attention.
I'd make an O face if she slapped me too.
Oh. He really looks like he just like came in his pants and he's just like, oh. This hasn't happened to me in a long time.
I got in the ring and bitch out Stephanie McMahon. She slapped me in the face, and I jizzed in my pads.
I think he just genuinely enjoys pissing her off. I think he actually knows how to get under her skin legitimately, which is kind of funny.
And now, for those of you who missed it, here's how Seth Rollins totally screwed up the booking. Thanks, Seth!
I mean, Finn Balor proven right there that a hardcore Irishman, will injure himself, dislocate a body part, pop it back into place, and just keep fighting.
Kind of what they do. The Irish are just known for fighting and drinking.
I really feel like behind closed doors, Finn Balor's just like, I fucking hate that son of a bitch. He ruined everything.
I mean, the insane thing is, I was reading about the injury, and they talked about it as the tear. Yeah, there. Oh man, I love that slow mo replay of him popping it back in. But the tear in his muscle apparently was almost a 180-degree arc. It was a half circle. You know, like he could have freaking tore the whole damn muscle off. Like, holy shit.
I think when they also got in there, they found out that he had some other stuff wrong with him too, and they had to fix it up. Like there was a tendon or something that was almost like completely torn off, and they had to fix that up too.
They're showing some of the surgery images. I love how they go to black and white when they're trying to cover up bloody moments.
Yeah, oh crap, there's someone's bleeding. Turn it to black and white right now.
It's Mr. Bob Backlund.
Oh boy, the
Forgot
what can we refer to him as? Like, he's the guy who made the crossface chicken wing famous.
He's the guy who came back and was arguably one of the best heel performances of the mid-90s.
Yeah, probably. I would say so. He's fucking crazy.
Just remember him for his backstage segment on Raw, where he forgot how to do the crossface chicken wing.
That I don't remember.
He was supposed to put like a random guy, I think at the catering table or something like that, in one of the back hallways into it, and he literally forgot how to do it. He just kind of like fumbled around and really didn't get him into the move, and like the other person was trying to guide him into it. This is really awkward. It was in one of the Botchamanias, but I can't remember which one.
Yeah. For me, it was the Monday Night Raw, way back in the day, like 93, 94, where he put the guy from WWE Magazine in the hole as a demonstration. And fucking Macho Man Randy Savage is on commentary. And Bob Backlund starts rambling about using like $10 words, just like big, long words. And you just watch him and go, I need a dictionary every time Bob Backlund talks.
Yeah, he made it a point.
Yeah!
I think he made it a point when he actually was at autograph signings. You couldn't get an autograph from Backlund unless you could name all 50 unless you could name all the presidents.
In order.
It's fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, that's right. You had to name it in numerical order, otherwise you wouldn't get in the goddamn autograph.
There was a video, I don't know if it's up anymore, where Bob Backlund was wandering. Apparently, it was either Universal or Disney. He was wandering around one of the theme parks, just like walking around in that little suit of his, and these two guys are following him. They're like, "Oh, hey, it's Bob Backlund. Like, what's he doing here?" And it's like a 20-minute video of them just following Bob Backlund. And he's just walking around, just like la-di-da. And finally, they're just like, let's go up and say hello to him. Hey, what's going on, Bob? Hey, would you stop fucking following me?
No, I mean, like, I'm sorry. That is some like skeevy stalking, like TMZ shit right there.
Oh no, I agree with him. It was scummy, but just
on him for 20 minutes, and I don't know. That's weird how he just automatically knew. Then again, I suppose you can figure out.
He probably knew, and he was just like trying not to
following or not. But it's weird that he just let it go on for that long without stopping it earlier.
Well, maybe it was like, let's see how long these fucking idiots will follow me for.
I mean, was he there by himself, or was he there with other people, or something like that? Like, maybe he had a bet going on?
He was by himself.
Oh my god.
I'm aghast. I'm confused. You know, like, a man of his age wandering around Disney by himself just doesn't sound right. Did you get lost somewhere along the way, Grandpa?
Don't worry,
Bob
Gramps.
Backlund is apparently you're not understanding that Bob Backlund is just out of his fucking mind all the time. That guy's nuts. There's like a story I think of. I forget if he was. I think it's maybe when he was in TNA or something. Like he's on the fucking like. There's some of the guys are riding to one of the shows. They're riding to the arena, and they see Bob Backlund on the side of the road, and like, hey Bob, you want to ride? He's like, no thanks, I'm fine here. Keep in mind, they're on the fucking highway, and Bob Backlund's walking on the side of one of the goddamn highways. He walks all the way to the goddamn TNA arena where they were going. Like, it's a normal fucking thing. Like, yeah, no, it's totally, I'm just going to walk there. You're on the side of a highway. I know, just going to walk there. It's good
And
exercise.
now, time for a video package for ramen noodles.
Blowman Gaines.
Blowman Games,
Cockfist.
yes.
The cockfist Roman Reigns.
Oh man, that one GIF of Roman Reigns doing this movement with his hand, and Vince just going like, "Ah!" in the chair.
Uh,
I really thought when he beat the shit out of Rusev at SummerSlam, I was like, did they just inadvertently turn Rusev face? Because if they did,
that whole thing was kind of weird. Even the Raw before they kind of did it because he's basically just he interrupts the guy's wedding, basically just being a dick about the whole thing, and then humiliates Rusev and his bride, then beats the shit out of Rusev. The poor guy's just trying to defend his wife's honor, and Roman Reigns is just beating the crap out of him. That was the dumbest thing they did. I swear.
It was all pure heel like moves and tactics, like, and then on top of it all, like, I mean, Roman was in the doghouse for the whole wellness policy violation, so I mean, like, supposedly he was going to be out of the scene, out of the main event scene for a while, and now Balor gets injured, and suddenly he's a #1 contender again.
Well, they do kind of need, I guess, somebody they can. I don't know. They do need somebody in the main event, and somebody who actually could pass as a main eventer. And unfortunately, Lesnar's just not going to work Raw because you say so. He's not gonna. So
speaking of maniacs, here's Titus O'Neil body slamming Bob Backlund last month.
Bob Backlund shaved his fucking head. Okay, so that did happen because he fucking had a haircut. Now he's got no hair on his head now, as of that thing we saw when he was walking in the back with Darren Young.
So Titus O'Neil, what's that thing he does in the ring? Like, is it like his impression of like, a foghorn or something like that, or like an old like car horn? He's like, ooga 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 ooga.
That's the
like the old Warner Bros. Cartoons.
Ooga.
That's basically what he and his friends used to do. How do you make Darren Young great again when he was never great to begin with? That's what I want to know. That is a mystery that needs to be solved.
WWE attempting to be topical by using the "make blank great again" thing. I can't even refer to it as a joke because it's not really that funny. The phrase, I guess.
Drum.
It really isn't, but people are going to latch on to it because there's like at least quite a few parody tees of it out online everywhere. So a lot of people have used it. There's like make wrestling fun again, make this guy this again. Just come on, really? Although I guess it's worked out for one guy who actually made a "Make Metallica Great Again" hat. So
you heard of the Mega Powers exploding? Here comes the Primetime Players exploding. Wow, this is scintillating stuff.
It's absolutely mind-boggling. How the hell Darren Young's outfit makes any sense? Because what is that? Like, it's got a hood, but it's also got no sleeves or sides to it. So it's like a poncho with a hood.
21st century fashion.
I don't know. Some of the wrestler like entrance accessories make no sense.
Half the stuff on this show doesn't make any sense anymore.
Wrestling in general has
Kind of makes sense. Well, I mean, it's supposed to be really overthink it. Yeah, but at its core, it's just two guys trying to beat the crap out of each other and trying to win a
well.
championship and make.
This is me imploring to TNA fans. Can we stop pretending like Broken Matt Hardy is a brilliant piece of heel work?
I wouldn't say heel work, but it's pretty fucking entertaining. I'll say that much.
I will say that Broken Matt Hardy is probably the most entertaining character in wrestling in a while. You know, I mean, does it make sense? No, not in the least bit.
Well,
But I mean, it's pretty damn funny.
my
It's not
problem
supposed to make
is
sense. He's supposed to be fucking mentally. He's supposed to just be mentally. He's basically supposed to be broken because Jeff Hardy beat him, and he was humiliated by being beaten by his own brother, and then he just fucking something inside him just fucking made him go nutsy
I
cuckoo.
think the problem that I have is TNA fans calling it, oh, this is so brilliant and out of the box, and
It
yeah,
kind of is, really.
well,
Who would have thought that shit up, honestly? Wouldn't you? I mean, come
if
on. Now.
WWE was doing the same thing, these same people would turn around and say, "Oh, that's so corny and stupid. Why are they doing that?" I guess that's kind of what bothers me about it.
Well, I mean, that's why people refer to them as TN addicts. You know, because an addict will be in denial about their addiction all the time. You know, and a TN addict is just like it's great. It's absolutely it's mind-blowingly, earth-shatteringly original. It's amazing. You know, like okay, yeah, sure, all right. You know, I've tried watching TNA God knows how many times, and I have a feeling that the exploits of TNA will be a occasional thing in future TSR videos, but I mean, by far, oh, Broken Matt Hardy. My first reaction, without even knowing what went down, when I saw the picture of him, I'm like, so Matt Hardy thinks he's a character in a Tim Burton movie now?
He had the Cruella de Vil hair with the little like fucking twinge of gray.
So I was comparing
Skunk
it to Sweeney Todd, you know, with Johnny Depp. Like my Facebook post was attend the tale of Sweeney Matt. His hair was weird and his abs were fat.
Ugh. It's just I get that's really, but yeah, that's really what bothers me is when the hardcore TNA fans will say one
Can't.
thing, but then if WWE does the same exact thing, oh, this is so stupid and oh, okay, Jaron Young wins. Never mind. That was rather abrupt.
Way ahead of me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little behind myself.
I
Well,
guess,
it's
yeah.
really not. You really didn't miss much. It was just
No, that was actually kind of skippable. That is just this. They just
that's
need to stop.
just.
From one of the angles I just saw, it looked like one of their fancy new ring posts had duct tape on it.
Oh no! Oh, that dastardly.
The schoolboy pin right there. The roll up.
The fruit roll up of death and destruction.
The fruit
Clash of
roll
the
up.
Titus. There we go.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, like, instead of make Darren Young great again, could they play more off of, like, what's on his trunks, the whole, like, crush the hate thing? Like, I feel that they should actually be pushing him towards a title somehow, you know, and making him out to be this inspirational story, considering, like, you know, he was, I mean, he's the first active wrestler in WWE to come out. You know, not knocking, you know, the whole thing with was it Pat Patterson? You know, I mean, like he came out well after, you know, he was in ring. So
It was kind of like the worst kept secret in the, I think, wrestling business for like a while. Everybody knew Pat was gay. they made jokes about it all the time on commentary, especially during the late '90s. So, but to hear him come out, it's like, yeah, okay, great, you're gay. No one cares. Not I mean, not that no one cares, but it's like it's not big news anymore.
That's like when the guy from Who's the Boss, Danny Pintaro, came out, and everybody was like, "Yeah, we knew that. You know, it's not a secret."
Sammy who?
It's not a surprise.
Danny Pintaro from Who's the Boss.
But I still fail to understand how people can think Seth Rollins is some great villain of some sort because the dude is tailor made to be some sort of heroic wrestler because based off the way he does things in the ring. He's got all this fucking shit that just makes the crowd go fucking ape shit. I don't understand it.
I don't get it either. You know, and I just love the fact that his ring attire has a vague resemblance to Kamen Rider type armor. You know, like especially that one time he came out with like the yellow pinstripe design that made him look like Kamen Rider the Bee. I was just like, the fuck? You know, like I love his getup. I like his moveset and everything. I feel like he shouldn't be a heel. You know, and I feel it's almost kind of awkward for him to be a heel. You know, because he was a face so many times before in the Indies.
You're exactly right because it is fucking awkward because the way he moves around and he does things, he's not getting booed by anybody. Very rarely is he getting booed, and the shit he does is tailor made for somebody to be, you know, a hero, a face, if you will. I'm trying to refrain from using the insider terms here, but
It's all right. You know, we can use the insider terms because after all, you know, this is called the Smarks Remarks. So I mean,
I try not to do that too much because it just, for me, it just sounds so weird to do it.
I just like how you morphed into Dusty Rhodes. A face, if you will, Daddy.
I mean, like traditionally, your face is cheered, your heel is booed. You know, in this new era or reality era or whatever the fuck you want to call like what WWE's gone through the past like 5-6 years, we've actually gone into a realm of what I refer to as hyper-scripted WWE, to the point where rather than even pay attention to the crowd's reaction, you know, and play off it logically, they just say, fuck you, we're going to continue our story and our characters the way we want to, and if you want to cheer the bad guy, but you're really supposed to be booing them, so they're going to continue to be dicks no matter what, even though you're cheering them. So, hooray?
I mean, it's kind of weird though. I don't know why, but like it kind of feels like if they were to turn them face and they would be booing them, which and then if they cheer, but they turn them heel, then you cheer them. The whole thing is just backwards, upside down. It makes no sense whatsoever.
It's the hyper what was it? The hyper booking, hyper realism, whatever the fuck it was they were that I said like a few minutes ago that I can't even remember because I was ranting. You know, like hyper scripted. That's it. This absolute concept that they have to literally just pull out the label maker and go face, heel, baby face. You know, like there is no tweener. There is no in between in hyper scripted WWE. You literally have one or the other, a good guy and a bad guy. And the crowd does not want to buy into it. They have wrestlers that they like. They have wrestlers that they enjoy. You know, I mean, you have to let that naturally happen. You have to feel from the crowd. The wrestlers can follow a script. They can act off of it. They can play something. You know, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, some wrestlers aren't good actors and can't play a role. They can't play the heel or face naturally. Now, Roman Reigns has a cocky attitude. He's pulled it off in interviews where he's supposed to be the face, and instead he's, you know, saying degrading things about the fans and the crowd. You know, that is a heel tactic. That is a heel move. He is naturally a heel. You know, guys like Kevin Owens, they have an acting element to them. Owens can play both the heel and the face. Jericho, heel, face, can play them both. Now, you run into a guy like Bray Wyatt, he could play the heel and face very well, but naturally, his real-life personality, he is a diehard face. And you want to book him that way, you want to see him up there, but they kind of just fall into this weird, like, we don't know what we're going to do with you, so we're going to stick you in a program with this guy who's already in this position, and you're just going to fill the void of whatever. It ultimately hurts the character in the long run.
I mean, you're absolutely kind of right. Although I do kind of disagree on the whole, like, I guess, on the Roman Reigns situation, because when like you're degrading fans and stuff like that, and you're supposed to be the bad guy or the good guy or whatever, people are just gonna fucking use the cop out excuse. Well, of course it's because he's playing a character. He's in character in the interview, and that's how they fucking justify these things that are being said. You could call someone an asshole in an interview, a bunch of fans. So these fans are assholes. Well, he's the heel. Of course he's supposed to say that. So I mean, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts it a little bit, but I do agree that Reigns actually isn't suited to be a good guy. He's more suited to be this asshole. But
yeah, I mean, play off of The Rock. I mean, The Rock, when he debuted, he was supposed to be this shiny baby face, and then joined the Nation of Domination and became a giant prick and got over huge as a giant prick.
And then after he won, like, I forget, after leading up, I think it was in the Deadly Games tournament, he actually turned, sometime before that or sometime during that, he actually became a good guy again. And then they reenacted the whole Montreal screw job, and Rock joined the corporation, and Rock became an even bigger prick than before the next night on Raw by still calling out the fans like, yeah, I remember everything you guys said about me, how you hated me, you booed me, die, Rocky, die, and basically just told the fans to go fuck themselves. And that's kind of what Roman needs. Roman has not yet had his die Rocky die moment, and if he has, the WWE has just put on fucking earmuffs and pretend like it's not even going to happen.
That was kind of why people, when the New Day first came out, people weren't understanding. It's like, well, why are they being booed and blah blah blah. The whole point was they were so sickeningly positive and face that they were heel. And right. It was the same thing with Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas, now, that is a strange scenario. And, I mean, I think on Facebook we chatted about it a few times through various groups and everything. And I think Rick, a good friend of all of ours collectively, Rick might have brought this one up, that Bo Dallas would have been best used, or maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was Thunder or Lightning back from the first run of TSR on the Tumblr page. But somebody, regardless, said that Bo Dallas's motivational speaker gimmick would have been best used in sort of a twisted psychological way, in which he encouraged his opponent to do better and to beat him in the ring, using words that would enrage their opponent, being like, how come you're not taking this seriously, and what the hell is that, and making the opponent want to beat them, but then, he kind of turns on him in the ring, and every time he strikes a successful power move or something, turning the tide in his favor, bringing back that motivation, going like, come on, what do you think you're doing? You can do better than that. You're a winner, and just continue playing off that annoying positive speech until you get to this point where, Bo Dallas wins the match and then goes full-blown twisted heel, beats the shit out of him, and is just like, I told you could do it! Why didn't you do it? You could have beaten me! What am I doing to you? I'm beating you! I'm beating you! Like, they could have played it like that. It would have been a great way to take this saccharinely sweet motivational speaker who's supposed to be a heel and really make him heel. And maybe they weren't creative enough to do it. Maybe, the thought never came up. But I mean, like, honestly, for a motivational speaker character, I would have gone in that direction.
Well, that's kind of like the original Goldust character, where he was playing these like sexual, gay mind games with Razor Ramon, and people were thinking like, oh, like does he really like him like that? Is he really like that? And then when he beat Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title, Goldust was just like, yeah, I was just fucking with him. I won the title. I mean, that of course that was before that whole artist formerly known as Goldust thing, where it kind of just turned into parody.
My thoughts on that were still that there was some hardcore drugs involved somewhere during that phase.
Yeah.
My
Well, I
theory,
mean,
honestly, was
Dustin Rhodes has admitted on many occasions that there were a lot of points where he was on a lot of drugs during his run in as Goldust.
I still maintain that the artist formerly known as Goldust thing was more so a nod to the what was going on with Prince at the time, and they were just able to kind of use that with Goldust.
Prince, Dennis Rodman, the popularity of Howard Stern at the time, which he appeared on multiple times. You
But
know,
I don't think did he appear in that during the late '90s? Because I know there's footage of him appearing on it like in the 2000s
When he
during
was when he was Tourette's Goldust.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That just being reminded of the artist formerly known as Goldust, one of my favorite moments during that time, where he had the letters "fu" on his clothing, and Jim Cornette going, I just want to let everybody know that that means forever unchained. Yeah, sure, Jim. That's exactly what.
I mean, talking about what's going on in the ring now, this fatal four way. You know,
It's
I'm,
an,
I'm
it's an elimination match. They announced it earlier today. It's elimination style now.
Oh shit.
that's gonna be interesting. I
So
mean, looking at it this way, like this match is gonna get plenty of time. It's definitely gonna run into overtime. Um, the way I'm looking at it is Big Cass is still a little too green to get that push into a championship, and I really think it's too early, especially with the whole tag team of Enzo and Cass still being a tag team. You know, like I really don't want them to move Enzo and Cass into full blown of mice and men territory, where Enzo is Lenny and Cass is George, because Enzo is a phenomenal mouthpiece. I think he's a decent wrestler. I mean, is there something that could use a little polish? Yeah, but I mean, Cass could use a little polish too. There's still both relatively green. So I mean, I feel trying to give Cass any kind of solo push this early on in the tag team's lifespan could actually be really detrimental to the tag team as a whole and both characters. Because if Cass doesn't go over big solo, it's going to drag the tag team as a whole down.
that could actually that's actually a good point. Not that I wouldn't mind seeing Cass get a run with the title. Maybe it is too soon. Maybe it isn't. But I really don't know. I mean, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. They're probably going to either give it to Roman. Maybe they'll give it to Seth. Maybe they'll give it to Owens. Who the fuck knows? I really can't predict what the hell they're going to do with this title.
I mean, if it's Seth versus Owens, you can't have heel versus heel in that final two. So one of them has got to turn face invariably, by the other one doing a heel tactic. I mean, you have the two quote unquote faces. I mean, Cass is very much a face. Roman is supposed to be a face.
Which is
Seth is
getting there. He's
supposed to be
kind
a
of not.
heel.
Right.
And then Kevin plays the heel, but has a lot of fan favor to the point where if he turned face, like both Seth and Owens, if they turned face, the crowd would be behind that shit right away.
Well, what Rollins and Owens would need to do is to sit down and just by themselves and think to themselves, okay, what can I do to make the crowd absolutely fucking hate everything that I do? what can I cut out that's making them cheer, and what can I put in that's going to make them boo? But they don't think like that because they're still in the mindset of, I have to do all this crazy-ass shit to get myself popular and over with the crowd because reasons. It's like
What
they're
can
still
I
stuck. It's like they're still stuck in that indie wrestler mentality of just, I got to do all this shit so I get noticed, so I get noticed, and the more I get noticed, I'll probably get a call from the big company. You're already at the big show. Find a way to be at, the person you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a bad guy, then wrestle like a bad guy. Stop doing all these crazy ass shit that's gonna make the crowd cheer you and fucking love you.
what could
Stop
I
being an indie
do?
spot monkey.
What could I do to make the crowd hate me? I know. I could injure Finn Balor.
Which has backfired immensely because people are still fucking defending him. Oh, it was Balor's fault. What the fuck? This guy could fucking drown a box of kittens. Like, well, that's the kitten's fault for just being there. He drowned kittens. The kittens shouldn't have been in the box, and they shouldn't have been near that water. The fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? The kittens drowned themselves. The kittens drowned the kittens.
No. Oh my god.
Brett screwed Brett. Yeah, the kittens drowned the kittens.
Mr. Mittens screwed Mr. Mittens.
Exactly.
Oh no. Seth Rollins killed the Pope. Pope shouldn't have been standing there.
Seth Rollins didn't kill the Pope. The Pope killed the Pope.
I mean, for God's sake, take a look at what The Miz is doing. The Miz is just... I mean, granted, The Miz is a very punchable face to begin with, and that's why he's a great villain. But look at what Miz does. He doesn't do all this shit to try and get the crowd to cheer him. As much as he's tried to get the crowd to cheer him at times when he was a good guy, that failed immensely. They gave him the figure four. They gave him Ric Flair. Didn't work out so well.
Well, we kind of have the running joke where we just call the Miz gay, and that's about it.
Yeah. And the thing is again, I legitimately enjoy The Miz. I feel that he is one of the few people who actually gets what it's like, to play the heel on every front. He can wrestle the cowardly angle. He can also wrestle the cheap angle, but he can also legitimately wrestle. And I mean, like, it's still hard to tell if the whole talking smack thing was I feel it was half shoot, half work. I mean, it's
what they call a work. It's what they call a work shoot. No, Vince was not. Vince is not the kind of guy who's going to go into business for himself. That's just not him.
Yeah, I mean, like, looking at it this way, there was a lot of emotion. Miz looked like he was on the verge of tears at one point. His face was bright red. Veins were popping out of his forehead. Like, he was heated. You do not see that when they're delivering promos in ring. You do not see that at all.
I think because they kind of allowed him to go off, and I think Miz probably had a lot of that shit, kind of just a lot of anger bottled up inside him and just maybe wanted to get it out, and that was his excuse. That's his one excuse to just get all that shit out, just fucking basically, while in character, kind of tell Bryan, fuck you, you dumb piece of shit. At least I can still wrestle and do my job. You have to have neck surgery because you wanted to fucking drop yourself on your goddamn head fucking 10 times in a fucking night in a match because you're fucking stupid. I can still fucking do what I want to do. You can't. You love it so much. Go back to the fucking bingo halls and little fucking bars and clubs you used to fucking wrestling you love so much. That's kind of what I think it was. It was like him basically just getting all this shit off his chest and kind of putting Daniel in his place. And good for the Miz for doing that. It's like you finally are, it's like that one episode. It's like that one moment in that '70s show where Eric is like Bob finally stands up to Red, and Red's just staring at him. He's like, "Good for you! Like you finally stuck up for yourself. Good for you, Bob."
It was an early Festivus for the Miz right there. Yeah. The venting of grievances.
I got a lot of problems with you. Now he's gonna get the aluminum pole.
So, there's 4 of them in the ring every week.
Got that epic, or not so epic, Reigns Cass stare down. Oh, Reigns hits him. Cass hits him.
Look at that ass.
Oh, I mean, back to the flaws inherently in Reigns' booking. Image plays a huge factor too. The fact that he wears that body armor every week. I'm glad it's red and black now. It does look legitimately, more imposing, and represents the Raw brand. But if he's supposed to be the Samoan Superman, why is he wearing chest armor? Does he have a weak heart? Is that the underside of the dragon's belly that's so weak it needs to be protected?
Booted Reigns out of the goddamn ring and nearly knocked himself over too. It's now the Cactus Jack Big Boot. That's what it is now. Just fucking Big Boots himself over the top rope with his opponent. See, and this is what Rollins does. Oh, I'm a bad guy. I'm gonna fucking do dives out of the fucking ring. Dumb shit.
Spot monkey. Damn. Oh man, I just got a chance to see that big boot. Oh man.
Oh, here comes Rowan. He can fly. Fucking hit himself too.
Instead of Roman, if they wanted him to be a face, don't call him Samoan Superman, because that already makes you kind of sick of him. Going like, ugh, really, Superman?
Well, they call Cesaro the Swiss Superman, so.
Yeah, but Cesaro's supposed to be a face. And,
right.
It works with him because the crowd likes him. But when...
Well, go ahead.
They try to do it with Cesaro, or with Roman, rather, and with Roman, when they're doing it, the way Roman's booked, he's booked like Cena. Super Cena. Nobody liked that booking. The crowd turned on him. They sing John Cena sucks every time now. And
you're still it's just kind of still defeating the purpose of saying you hate him, because you're still giving him a reaction. You want to show you hate him, fucking just go silent. Get on your phones, do whatever the fuck you're gonna do. I don't care what you do. Order a goddamn pizza or something. I don't care what the fuck you do. Don't pay attention to Cena. Pretend he doesn't exist. We all make the joke.
Take a piss break during his matches. More people leaving the seats during a match.
That doesn't really do anything. The company still has your money. That's like leaving. It's like when people say, "I'm going to walk out of WrestleMania 32. I'm going to walk out of WrestleMania if Roman Reigns wins the title." Good. The company already has your money. You're not going to get a fucking refund, you dumb shit. You want
that's true. Well, that's true. If the point of making yourself known, like in your reaction of wanting to say somebody sucks and you don't like them, so you don't react. I mean, could you imagine if a whole group of people who had front row tickets to a Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view name, whatever, were to just up and walk out from their seats, collectively go to the smack bar, restroom, whatever, and leave those front few rows empty during a match? Holy shit, the reaction that would have.
Probably, but then they would just the company would spin it as just being it's just a small group of fans who did that. Not everyone's like that. It's just that one city, that stupid smart city that we were in that week, whatever town they happened to be in. Doesn't matter if it's fucking Omaha, Nebraska, or fucking, New York City. They're just going to claim it's just a bunch of fucking smart fans who were being dicks and trying to get themselves popular and make the fucking show about them instead of, the performers in the ring.
And yet, the Yes movement happened. With all the fans rushing the arena and all that shit.
I still might think it was a little bit more over than Brian was, to be honest with you. Because people still do it. Because people do it everywhere. It's done at indie shows. It's done fucking everywhere.
Well, it's become a staple chant, similar to what?
Oh God, I can't stand the fact that what is still relevant. I mean, it's not as bad.
Look, it's still funny.
I want to go, if I ever visit Japan, I want to go to a Noah show or an NJPW show, and I want to be that annoying American smark in the crowd during a promo, especially at NJPW where they got the Western stars like Bullet Club, and while they're cutting a promo in English, instead of where the American fans on WWE would be going, what? I want to be that one, nerd in the crowd who goes, Nani? Nani?
the thing I don't like about the what chant, I understand. A lot of it had to do with saying it when a guy was boring doing a promo. But like, if somebody's doing an intense, good promo, and they happen to pause during it, and the crowd says what, it's obnoxious
Yeah.
to
But
me.
that's the way the way the guys do interviews now. It's like it's talk, 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 pause, wait for applause, talk, 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 pause, wait for applause. You're giving them time to form the what chant. Get your shit in there, talk, say what you need to say, and get the fuck out of there before they actually have a chance to start the goddamn what chants. Or
For the love of God.
find a way to counter it like Taker did. Tell you, like Taker was like doing a promo one time during like his American Badass days. He had like the fucking best comeback to the what chance ever. The crowd kept giving him what, just saying what to him, and he's like, I tell you what, what? I tell you what, say what if you like to sleep with your own sister, and like they started to say it, and people were like, what? Like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
didn't do that.
yeah.
Because some assholes still did it though, but that's
You know,
the sister. So
dear WWE, you know, I just want them to have Samuel L. Jackson be a guest at WrestleMania one year, and to have him cut some sort of promo for a wrestler in the ring, and have the crowd try doing the one thing, just to have Samuel L. Jackson bust out, say what again?
I double dare you, motherfucker.
yeah, that actually would get a good reaction from the crowd. They probably would actually love that.
Well, that's that. There you go, WWE. I just gave you a WrestleMania moment with a celebrity. Book it.
Or just to get an awesome narrator, just have Morgan Freeman come out. And now Seth Rollins is going to win the title. Because if Morgan Freeman started talking in the middle of the ring, everybody would shut the fuck up and listen.
It's true.
I think
Or for that matter, how about James Earl Jones? Sticking him, cutting a promo for a video or something like that for somebody.
Just have a
people get too busy yelling out, "Dude, Darth Vader!"
Well, just imagine like James Earl Jones cutting, a voiceover for, say, Undertaker's last match ever, to narrate the story of the Undertaker in that deep bass of his.
Actually, sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
just have a match between Morgan Freeman and James Earl Jones. Who has the more badass narrator voice?
You're suggesting a narrate off?
So who would wrestle the Undertaker? Who would be his opponent at WrestleMania to get the Morgan Freeman voice? Would it be John Cena?
Yeah. John Cena.
Probably.
John Cena, that little white boy.
The former doctor of thugonomics.
Remember when he used to rap? That was kind of cool, but also kind of silly.
It worked for him, though.
The three principles that John Cena lived up to every day in the ring: hustle, loyalty, and respect.
Now,
Oh,
now don't get me wrong. Every so often, I like to say, John Cena sucks.
and on the topic of voiceover and narrators, I mean, who would be the ultimate person to combat, say, Paul Heyman, in vocal annoyance for the ring? Like, how about getting Gilbert Godfrey booked for an event to represent a wrestler and make fun of Paul Heyman?
Let me tell you something. My client.
Damn it, they son of a bitch. Great. So Cass is eliminated first. God damn it.
Well, I kind of saw that coming.
I'm not sure.
The greenest guy, goes out first.
Oh yeah, but the two guys who can't fucking who are terrible at their fucking jobs as bad guys, let those guys stay in because that's just awesome.
Well, I mean that means invariably that there's a good chance there could be a double turn. Roman goes heel somehow, and either Rollins or Owens will go face.
Seth Rollins.
Rollins.
But yeah, just fucking have Gilbert Gottfried come out in a suit and just be like, my client Heath Slater.
Heath Slater versus Brock Lesnar, with Heath Slater represented by Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Book it now for Royal Rumble.
I'll go.
Or tables, ladders, and chairs, or whatever Raw show, that you can throw away and somehow have Brock Lesnar on.
But it's so weird because, of course, there are recordings of Gilbert Gottfried's actual voice.
Yeah, I heard one such one on Howard Stern.
He sounds like this. Yeah. Very, very, very boring. Very.
Basically like his Jerry Seinfeld impression, except like
Just a very subdued version of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea he actually did that voice just for show. I thought that actually was his voice.
Well, that's like Bobcat Goldthwait. His voice was put on.
Yeah.
It's weird how I never knew this shit until I would later on in life. I just thought like throughout my entire life until like a few years ago, it's like they actually talk like that all the time. I was like, how the noise? Like, oh, no wonder that's not a real voice. He's pretending. That makes sense.
I gotta laugh about that sort of thing too, because now I've got all sorts of ideas pop into my head for various people to narrate or talk for wrestlers. And it's just like, who is the most boring wrestler in WWE? Like who do you think?
Del Rio.
I would say Apollo Creed, who is he's a great wrestler, but he has zero personality.
He's
The king of strong smile.
Yeah.
I think that Cruz has some personality, but there's just like there's nothing really to him.
The whole thing with the Miz. Oh, that's not my name. Say my last name properly, please. Like, come on, put a little bit of inflection and emotion into it, please.
Okay, so Apollo Crews shall be either managed or have his video package done by Ben Stein.
Hi everyone, this is Apollo Crews. Apollo is a very good wrestler, but he's as boring as fuck when he talks. Wow. For dry, red eyes, try clear eyes, okay, Rob Van Dam?
Good shit.
Rob Van Dam's like, I don't smoke pot. What are you talking about?
The whole reason he won't come back to WWE. He doesn't want to lose his whole paycheck from getting fined and from toking up.
Which I completely understand.
Or
RVD likes to party, likes to smoke the ganja, and frankly, I'm not understanding why it's just why it's a bad thing for them to do that.
Getting back to Jerry Seinfeld, just have them do commentary. What is the deal with this move?
He's in the ring doing all sorts of flips and shit. I mean, what is up with that?
Why?
I came here for wrestling, and this isn't wrestling. This is a bloody gymnastics event.
Why is it called a clothesline? There's no clothes in the ring being hung out to dry. Who are these people? Like, hey, I remember when Jerry Seinfeld was relevant.
Raw was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Hey, Kramer, stop being so damn racist.
God damn it.
That's why.
Fucking
See, that's why we didn't want you to do stand-up in the first place. Because you're always causing trouble, Kramer.
Can you tell how invested we are in this match at this point?
I could care less, to be quite.
Yeah.
There's nothing here again. Another Superman punch. What the shit?
What?
Stop it. Even Superman thinks that's fucking lame. Come on now.
Or
Again, if you're supposed to be a Superman, why do you wear chest armor? You know, like if he continues to wear the chest armor, if he continues to wear it and he turns heel, use that bitch as a fucking weapon. Fly through the air like Superman and land on somebody chest first, armor right onto him.
I'm not really sure if that's more. That looks more like just like pleather or like leather kind of. Not doesn't even look like it actually protects anything. It looks more like.
Well, no, but I mean it's got the appearance of it though.
Yeah, I mean it might soften the blow of a punch, or like maybe a fraction of a bit, but that's. Yeah, I mean it does kind of look like it, but it's for the what reason he wears it. I don't have any scientific evidence to back this up, but I'm pretty sure Samoans kind of have a hard time getting like an actual like six-pack kind of thing going down there for their stomachs. They have kind of trouble maintaining their physique stomach-wise. They have a hard time building muscle on their stomachs.
is Kevin Owens eliminated too? Where is he?
He's chilling on the
Oh,
outside.
he's doing that typical heel thing, you know, the typical WWE match style where, you know, when you have more than two people in the ring, one or two people will go out of the ring to focus the attention on two people.
True. You know, getting back to the whole comedians narrating for wrestlers thing. You want to pair somebody up with a heel that isn't exactly good on the mic. Get David Spade.
I can see that. I could see that. No, or for that matter, why not just have David Spade do an in-ring promo with The Miz?
I mean, it's like, well, David Spade's a douchebag, but Miz is a douchebag.
Do people even know who David Spade is anymore? And I think the audience would be confused. We would know who he is, but the audience probably would like, who the fuck is this dude? Why does he have hair like my mom?
Why is there a soccer mom in the middle of the ring?
Oh, that's just AJ Styles with a...
Oh, sorry. Hey, hi, I'm David Spade. I played every douchebag on Saturday Night Live in the 90s.
Oh, God. Thinking back to annoying voices, everybody remembers how Vicky Guerrero was used to, make people heels, too, with her annoying voice.
Yeah,
and
she was good at it, except people hated her, not the people she was trying to make hated.
Yeah, it's the same issue with Heyman, essentially.
Right.
So, looking at it that way.
Are you suggesting Fran Drescher?
Yeah, I'm suggesting Fran Drescher.
Well, that's another one where that's a put on voice. That's not her actual voice either, obviously.
She does have an accent, but I think she's exaggerating it, right?
Yes, it is. It's extremely exaggerated.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
Wait, I completely spaced on that. Owens kicked out, right?
Owens kicked out. Rollins kicked out, despite him having his shoulder up because Reigns' foot was under his shoulder, so it wasn't all the way down. The referee counted anyways because fuck that.
God, I really hate that Superman punch because they're turning it into the whole RKO out of nowhere.
Superman punch out of nowhere.
Well, it's being overused.
The power of Roman Reigns!
It's basically like it should be kind of like what it was when he tried to counter the pop-up powerbomb, which is a stupid move, but it shouldn't be something he just fucking tries to set up. Because you're giving your opponent time to fucking, counter it. It's kind of why I didn't really like when Shawn Michaels tuned up the band, because I'm going to make sure I'm going to try and warm my foot up so I can kick you in the face with it. You have a lot of time to stop. You have a lot of time to stop this. Move out of the way. I'm going to kick you in the face.
As time went on, he tuned up the band longer and longer for dramatic effect to get the crowd into it.
Right, but at the same time...
And I mean, looking at it this way, I think it was IGN who did a video on it. Why or maybe it was Kotaku. I forgot what site it was, but one of them did a video on why the Stone Cold Stunner
Hey,
is
whoa.
arguably.
Something interesting just happened. Triple H is out, and he just
Thrown right to the floor. He's back. What the hell? Oh, of course. This is, okay. Well, that's going to be one way to get Reigns over as a face. Or not, because the crowd's fucking cheering him.
I was going to say the crowd's probably cheering it. I have it on mute.
They are cheering the fuck out of this. There's a yes chant, and there's fucking Triple H is going in there. And
Roman Reigns is gone.
Triple H is defending his boy Rollins.
His boy Rollins. All right, well, thank God for that, because I was starting to suspect that Roman was going to get the win.
So I mean, at that point, with Triple H defending Rollins, that's the heel move. Then does that make Owens the face in this case?
I have no clue. Why the fuck? I want to know why the hell Triple H is dressed in a fucking suit and dress shoes, coming to the fucking ring here and pedigreeing people. The fuck is going on? Like,
oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. I am not 100% convinced that he's going to help Rollins here. Oh.
Something's gonna happen here.
I feel like
Shit, there we go.
Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Wow.
Okay, thankfully we're probably gonna Seth face turn. Looks like that's interesting.
So
yeah.
Okay, well that was a thing.
I feel like Triple H's attack on Roman was also kind of a whole like, guess what? You're not out of the doghouse yet.
That was a red herring.
Yeah. What is the villain from? What does that punk kid from a pup named Scooby Doo have to do with any of this?
Do you remember the one episode where it turned out it really was red herring?
Yeah,
yep.
I remember that. Yeah, and Freddy was like they told Freddy the entire like, don't say it, just don't think about it. Like it's nope, I'm not gonna say it.
So the question is, they're referring to Triple H as being the authority, but clearly the authority is just Stephanie McMahon now. Like we haven't seen him in freaking ages, aside from like NXT appearances.
Well,
this is kind of weird. Apparently, maybe Stephanie has the power to hire her husband back. I have no idea what the hell is going on here now. This is kind of fucking weird.
What a twist!
Oh, the crowd seems to be enjoying this.
Yeah,
that's the authorities. That's their new person, I guess. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Somebody had to turn somewhere, and at this point, having Triple H attack Rollins, that's the face turn for Rollins. I knew somebody was turning tonight. Romans was going to turn heel, or Rollins was going to turn face, or Owens was going to turn face. And Cass was just going to be, the first one out.
Yeah, he was on the bottom of the totem pole.
Definitely looks confused as shit, and Triple H is walking back through the audience. What the hell is going on here? Walk back up the ring. You got the fucking...
And Mick Foley looks like Hobo Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho! Have a nice day!
Hey, fuck you fans, by the way.
Hey everybody, my daughter's really hot.
Yes, she is, but it's still weird to look at her and think of it. I don't know. It's just weird looking at her that way, because I still remember when she was a little girl with that Beyond the Mat special. And that's just, it's kind of weird.
Even Stephanie's looking at Triple H like,
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck just happened, but goddamn, he's hot from behind.
I hate to see him go, but I love to watch him walk away.
I likes a lot more than that. Apparently, she's like one of the only. I don't know, but apparently, rumors has that she likes that she and Triple H. She likes to let Triple H put it in the pooper.
In the poop chute.
Yeah, steps into anal. Who knew?
Apparently, so was Chyna when she was with Triple H.
Triple H likes to be submissive, I guess, in the way John Morrison liked to be cucked back when he was with Melina.
Well, in his case, he couldn't go after Batista, because what is he going to do? I'm going to send it to Batista and then get my ass whooped, and then everyone's going to look at me like an idiot. He should have stuck up for himself with Mike Knox, though. But TSR
Yeah.
I understand, because that's political, and that's like, you're not going to fucking get the top guy in trouble because he's the top guy, and he's worth more than you, and
Mike
just...
motherfucking Knox.
Oh man,
If I ever
I still
see that
remember
guy
that.
anywhere, I'm just gonna ask him, "Did you really fuck Melina? And how was it? And can I shake your hand for just being able to get lucky enough to do so?"
Didn't Mike Knox have a fucking hot ass valet too?
No.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Really?
That was his valet in ECW for a little bit, and then he got taken off TV for a while. And then came back. He grew a beard, longer hair, and he got really fat.
That beard.
So I just remember the whole beard, fat, long hair thing. I don't remember him ever, you know.
Oh man, because I used to remember just being like, God, Mike Knox is ugly as fuck, but his valet is hot as shit.
I never found Kelly Kell to be all that attractive, to be honest. It's weird. I don't know.
You know, most of the Divas Search era divas, I'm not even going to call them women's wrestlers, I didn't care for any of them. I didn't like them in ring. I didn't like them on mic. I didn't even care for them visually, you know, in the ring, like or from a attraction type thing. I was just like, eh.
Meh.
What the hell am I seeing a commercial for?
Well,
that was a thing that happened.
Back to... I don't know what's for you guys. For me, it's going to the south.
It's because I'm streaming it, so I mean I'm getting like really weird shit. Oh, it just kind of randomly cut off there at the end. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Suddenly started getting like Fox Sports 2 in Espanol.
Fuck Sports 2. Fuck 'em. Just fuck 'em.
So yeah, that was one hell of a an interesting way to end Raw. No,
I think the Masked America should have come back out and fucking
interfered.
God damn it, the Universal Championship needs to be won by a fucking American. Canada's not going to take over on my watch.
God damn it, America's interfering in other matches again.
But Canada, no. Like I can handle a terrible American winning the championship, but Canada is where I draw the fucking line.
Wait, why is America interfering in the Iron Sheik's match? God damn it, we don't want another. We're starting to become self-aware. We need to.
Yeah.
We need to all just calm down.
What a riveting edition of Monday Night Raw, huh?
Yeah. You know, I mean, other than those final moments there, the most entertaining part of that was a combination of Owens winning the belt and Stephanie McMahon's reaction to Triple H walking away. Because the two of them on camera have this kind of like, you know, I am going to fuck the hell of you once we get back to the hotel room reaction. Every time they're on camera together, like WrestleMania, same thing. You know, like her in the crazy dominatrix outfit and him like being all like oiled up with the whole headgear and everything. And it was just this look on her face, you know, and his face like with the whole kiss with her going like, both of them had that thought, like, I am going to fuck the hell out of you back in the hotel after tonight. And, like, him walking back through the crowd, she had that look on her face of, like, God damn, I'm going to smack that ass so hard when I get back to the hotel room.
That was either I want to fuck you or I smell a fart. So she's literally like, Nick, I have begged you not to do that.
There was definitely some hilarity to that. I mean, I'd like to be able, now that I've got this working, you know, hopefully I can get the first edition of TSR out this week, the new video format, and maybe if I can get like Monday nights and Tuesday nights off from work, and I don't have to, you know, miss a freaking hour and a half of a show, I'm unlike missing an hour and a half tonight of technical difficulties. This can be maybe a weekly thing, kind of to make up for the fact that Culture Shock isn't doing Wrestle Riffs or Wrestle Riffs Live anymore.
That yeah, that's kind of disappointed in that because I thoroughly enjoyed Wrestle Riffs, but
I mean, it can have new life again. I mean, we're kind of going off the rails because Raw's over. I mean, this is being broadcast live, but I mean, I told Mike that I'd like to have TSR kind of like cross-hosted, on Culture Shock, in case YouTube decides to crack down, and I already decided. I've had people tell me, you want to get away with anything on YouTube, posting anything on YouTube, you gotta mirror the video, put a filter on it, maybe speed it up by like 1.25 so that the audio's a little, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to be posting whole matches. It's just going to be a clip here, clip there, highlights, and me making fun of the occasional screw-up. My attempt at trying to kind of combine the soup with Botchamania, but minus Matthew's insane attention to detail. Because, my God, that guy can find the most minor of mistakes in everything.
instead of the soup, it's the scoop slam.
Scoop slam.
The scoop.
I mean, I definitely, if Mike can't get Wrestle Riffs going on a regular basis, I wouldn't mind collaborating and getting that going again. Considering I've got a fairly stable schedule again, so I mean, and I have all the editing tools on my computer, so. I think the live riffing's fun, and I hope if anybody stumbles upon this video randomly, looking for wrestling videos and junk, that they, enjoy our inane ramblings of pop culture and wrestling combined.
Fucking.
Well, let me know whenever you get this thing uploaded to YouTube, if it gets uploaded, I can see if I can share it in a couple places, in a couple of groups, and then see if anybody's interested in it, and maybe it'll take off.
Well, this actually, this live broadcast is live broadcast via YouTube. Right now we are live on YouTube with 0 viewers, and
0.0.
Well, shit.
No, it's Quentin Phillips Bong. You polled no votes at all. Have a sausage. That's how I feel right now. So, Smarks Remarks, first live broadcast during Raw. You have 0 viewers the entire time. Have a sausage.
You get an A for effort.
Good for me! I mean, like I said, I mean, even this right now is the very drab inner workings of, the studio room that I'm working with out of my house. Nothing has been, there's no dressed set, there's no green screen, there is nothing pretty going on here. You are seeing a literal clusterfuck of a mess behind me.
Because unlike the show, we actually are doing it raw. This is basically just raw, just unpolished, uncut kind of shit, whereas WWE Raw is basically anything but.
So anything but Raw.
Exactly. We're doing it raw. They're not doing it raw.
We're doing it raw. They're doing it safe. And
exactly. Exactly.
When all else fails and WWE doesn't think the crowd is going with what they want, they pull out.
Exactly.
Vince McMahon's like, that's never happened to me before. Ow. Bullshit. I've done it with all the viewers at least once.
I don't think he'd be actually doing that. He'd probably be fucking berating himself for being fucking too weak to finish the job. Fucking piece of shit. You should have fucking finished. God damn it.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, the man just fucking shuts down if he sneezes.
Listen, Becky Lynch, would you mind just squirting mayonnaise on your face and saying I'm a dirty girl? All right then, Vince. Hey, listen, you wanna win the woman's title, don't you, babe?
Oh man.
Listen, if you believe the rumors, Vince has had his way with most of the divas at least once. It's like
Wouldn't surprise me. You know, I mean,
except for
you want to go anywhere in this company, if you want to be anything but a diva, you want to be taken seriously as a woman wrestler, then you gotta sleep with me.
I just imagine like somebody like Luna Vachon. He's just like, look, Luna, you wanna, and then she's just like, fuck, no.
Really?
Well,
you think Vince actually had Luna? I mean, really?
I would suspect that he probably tried at least one.
I mean, how about having like Vince with freaking China?
Oh, he's like, China, take off that strap on. I'm not wearing a strap on.
What the hell?
Oh God.
Oh God damn.
No, that's not so much China. That's more what's her name? The one who had the hots for Val Venus.
Oh, Sammy.
Nicole Bass?
Yeah, Nicole Bass.
Oh. The fucking state of it. The fact that he not only did he have her tongue rammed down his throat, he had to pretend like he was enjoying it.
Wait, did he pretend he enjoyed it? Because I remember the one time she actually said, "I want your slide trombone in my bass section."
There was
He acted like he was fucking just repulsed at that idea.
I can't remember. It was on a Raw where after a match, Nicole Bass grabbed Val Venus, dipped him, and then proceeded to very, very heavily French him.
I remember that.
And then,
And
at one point, Val Venus was like, and then like Jerry Lawler was like, is he actually enjoying this?
Oh, can we like retroactively go back to that year and give, Val Venus an Emmy for selling that? Like most convincing performance ever. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
He acted like he enjoyed having Nicole Bass's big sausage tongue in his mouth.
I mean, and from what I hear, she's a really nice person, But I mean, let's face it, the way she was portrayed back then, between her appearances on Howard Stern with the Whack Pack and WWE, she came across as pretty much a buff version of that stripper in the South Park episode. Dance. Does anybody want to dance?
What?
I don't remember that episode. I don't know.
It's the one where the kids are playing cops, and the cops actually have them going to places doing legitimate stings, and they have to go to like a topless bar to take down a drug lord. And there's this one bartender who's one dancer who keeps walking by, a hideous-looking dancer. Dance! Does anybody want to dance? They're doing a whole like shootout thing. People dying left and right, and dance.
Did you guys ever see the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey?
Yes, I saw that.
The scene where the old woman takes out her teeth and gives him a BJ, and he's just like, oh, okay. It kind of reminds me of that.
Listen, Mae Young. You want to get ahead in WWF in the Attitude Era? You gotta do a little something for me. Now take those teeth out.
Okay, bitch.
Oh God, no! Why?
Her and
Please,
Fabulous
merciful
Moolah at
Christ,
the
why
same.
would you do that to me? Why would you put that image in our heads now? God damn it. That's fucked up. You're fucked up, man.
Oh,
Okay,
come on.
listen,
Come on. She
listen,
freaking,
respect
what
it.
was it? Her or Moolah having birth to a giant hand. Like, come on.
Mae Young.
Mae Young. Like, Mae Young with the freaking giant hand, you know, and me doing Vince's voice coming on to her is disturbing you.
It's
Listen,
a joke. It's still kind of disturbing, but yeah.
Listen,
it's not that bad. I was just being dramatic effects.
listen, Moolah. I want to see just how fabulous you can be.
I think even Vince would be like, you know what? I have standards. Like there's a limit. There's a limit. I am just not willing to cross or go over that limit. Thankfully for you.
I just imagine like fucking Vincent Bertha Faye. He's looking at her like, you know, I'm not that much of a freak. Sorry. You can have her, Harvey.
No fat chicks. Sorry.
Fucking.
No, if
Kinda
Vince has
strange
been
being
that
part
way
of
with like every woman in the company, you know, I'm just wondering about the whole thing with Karma coming in. You know, like his reaction to her. You know,
I imagine like he's just like, listen, I don't want to do anything sexual. Just listen, Karma. Listen, if you just beat the shit out of me. Put on these high heels. Put on these high heels and stomp on my junk.
it's weird that the stuff we're saying about Vince McMahon sexually sounds more like how they would make Ric Flair out to be in Camp WWE.
Or like,
Flair
even
Brothers.
going back even further, just being like, listen, Bull Nakano. Listen, about an hour later, I might need you to come back again. And she's just like, oh no. Something like that.
None desu ka?
Now, all the young kid people who are probably going to listen to this are going to be like, who the fuck is Bull Nakano? Like, what the?
So, no. Suddenly everybody who stumbles upon this video and actually watches far enough in to get to this point of us riffing, you know, is suddenly going, who the hell is Bull Nakano, and why have you been watching this video for so long? Types into YouTube, Bull Nakano.
Who's Bertha Faye?
Who's Nicole Bass? What the fuck is going on here? What are these people talking about?
Who's
Who
Mae
is Jerry
Young?
Seinfeld?
Young?
So, all right, kids, time to educate yourself. If you want to learn more about these wrestlers and references that we're making, go to WWE Network and take the 30-day trial. And after that, pay the $9.99 a month. Because it's only $9.99 a month, you get access to everything. You can search for wrestlers, and you can find, the matches that they've been in and stuff. Educate yourself. Go ahead, relive those horrible moments in the Attitude Era where Nicole Bass is desperately trying to get Val Venus's dick. Or for that matter, educate yourself on, the finer points of international wrestling and see some matches with Bull Nakano, which are really freaking good. She was a goddamn beast. All hail Joshi Wrestling. Sorry.
However, we do advise you to just refrain from doing one thing, and that is just do not, under any circumstances, under no circumstances whatsoever, are you to ever type in the name Chris Benoit. Just don't do it. It's not going to be a good time for you.
I thought he was a tremendous Asian wrestler. What are you talking about? I love Chris Benoit.
He was Pegasus Kid. Pegasus Kid. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The company just put a guy. I don't know. I just said, like, one time I typed in Chris Benoit, the next minute I got a phone call from somebody claiming to work at the WWE and saying, did you just type in Chris Benoit? And I was just, no, I didn't do anything of the sort. It's just scaring him in over the phone. Why are you just,
Listen,
click.
listen.
Depending on the show that you're watching, Raw or SmackDown, men in red or blue will show up at your door, in suits with a little thingy in their hand, and they're going to be like, "Did you just reference Chris Benoit?" Click.
Did you, listen, I don't want to say there's some kind of a conspiracy going on, but I was watching a Dino Bravo match, and then the Canadian Mafia knocked on my door. Hey, were you watching a Dino Bravo match? Hey, you better not be doing the same shite he was doing. Fucking illegal cigarettes and all that.
Dino Bravo is great because he's dead.
He's great because he's dead.
Speaking of a rabid Wolverine, anybody else afraid that Brock Lesnar could wind up being the same kind of tragedy one day? Maybe not so much the whole family killing thing, but like just going unhinged and getting jail time and/or suicide. Like,
I don't know if suicide, but I think he just might end up. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be like that, but I think one day he just might go all fucking Craven the Hunter on everybody and just start fucking hunting people for sport because he can.
Oh my God! What happened to Coco Beware?
Oh God, no! Poor Coco. No.
Oh my God! Did you cook and eat Frankie?
Like, oh Frankie, yeah.
Oh no!
He was delicious.
Oh,
great appetizer.
Oh
Coco
God!
was great too.
I had some chicken wings.
Oh man.
Now that was.
Wait, did you? Is that Matilda?
No!
Oh my God, no!
Oh God!
Oh no! Whoa! What are you? Whoa! No! I am not that kind of person who do not eat dogs. All right?
I do doggy style, but I don't eat dogs.
I don't eat dogs. No, I'm just gonna use her skin as like some mittens and stuff. That's what I'm gonna do with Matilda.
It's more sad than anything because British Bulldog's not around to really do anything about it.
Yeah, well, he kind of ruined that for himself.
And Dynamite Kid's pretty much in a wheelchair.
Dynamite Kid deserves to just Dynamite Kid can go fuck off wherever the fuck he's at. Fucking go away, fuck off, you bitter, crippled piece of shit.
Can you imagine like Dynamite Kid's listening to this? He's just like, what did I do?
I don't know. Ask Bret Hart, you stupid piece of shit. You fucking asshole. Like, Bret Hart does not paint a fucking flattering picture of a Dynamite Kid.
Well, I mean,
at all.
One story I heard about him, and I hate to like go off on a tangent, but this kind of brings up a story that I heard. Apparently, Dynamite Kid used to do this really funny thing with his girlfriend, where when she would go to sleep, he would randomly like watch her sleep and then put a loaded gun to her head. And when she would wake up, he would click the gun and it would be empty, and then he'd just be like, "One day this gun's gonna be loaded," and then that's all he would say.
Like, what a
creep!
Wow. Yeah, Dynamite Kid, what a prankster he was. Oh, just a great guy. Just
what a
one time he was probably. I think there's another story. He was making food. I can't remember what he was doing. I think he was making food or something, and I guess either at his house or at Stu's house or something. One of the dogs, or there was some kind of animal that apparently just shit on the floor, and he uses this spatula to scoop up the fucking shit, and then he goes back and does whatever the fuck he was doing with the spatula before with the food. Puts the spatula back with the food, whether he was making pancakes or eggs, whatever. A shit covered, basically a spatula that he used to fucking pick up dog shit or whatever, and he puts it back in food.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart's like, did you make chocolate chip pancakes?
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh God,
yes,
no.
I did. Oh, okay then.
Oh my God.
A little melty and kind of.
His chocolate chip pancakes taste
a little funny.
It's a little funny.
I think they might have been expired. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. That explains it.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking yeah. Hey, Owen, you want some pancakes?
Oh God.
Oh, Owen,
Oh,
we
man.
hardly knew ye.
It's true. It's true.
That
Do
not
we still
seriously.
blame Vince Russo, or do we just blame that it was some sort of a freak accident, or do we blame Seth Rollins?
Yeah, sure. Fucking
I don't know.
just blame Seth Rollins for everything.
It's always Seth Rollins' fault.
Wait,
Damn it, Rollins!
so the Canadian Mafia killed Dino Bravo? God damn it, Seth Rollins!
Oh, I mean, like, is it? Maybe it's Seth Rollins' fault that all of those celebrities have died this year.
Well, we know whose fault
I
it's not. It's not
listen,
Gene Snitsky's fault, that's for sure.
listen. I didn't want to mention this, Jace. But the last person that Gene Wilder spoke to was Seth Rollins. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I better watch myself. You know, if I smack talk Seth Rollins a little too. What the
What?
hell?
What? Oh my God!
Was that Rollins coming after me? Oh shit! Like,
God damn it, it's phone.
There goes there goes Seth Rollins making a mess again. Actually, that sounded like El Kabong was in the room.
oh, come on, Bubba boy.
Either either that or Honky Tonk Man was messing around.
My phone fell. That's why.
Come on! Ka-ching.
Bong.
Speaking of fucking people who ripped off Honky Tonk Man, Jeff Jarrett.
JEFFJARREDD Jack Jarrett.
What a fucking oh god, that guy was fucking terrible.
Oh my god. I'm kind of bummed that the Wrestle Riffs the tribute to China one I don't think came out because we had riffed. It did.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's there. You just gotta,
I,
search
I
for it.
gotta hunt for it a little bit more. But yeah, the Good Housekeeping match. Now I believe the rumors that the Hardcore belt might be coming back to SmackDown as a result of cruiserweights being on Raw, and that the Hardcore belt will be more of the comedy break on SmackDown.
Which is fine, because that's kind of what it ended up being after a while when Crash Holly held it. Which I guess it
That
always was kind of
24/7
cool.
rule was hilarious. I loved it.
There was one of my favorite hardcore title moments. I can't remember who it was that was being pinned or who did the pinning, but like somebody was taking a nap with had the hardcore title, and this other wrestler sneaks in with a referee going, "Okay, shh, there he is," and like,
It was Gerald Briscoe pinning Crash Holly.
oh, okay,
Because Crash
but
Holly was tired, couldn't find anywhere to sleep.
but
Finally gets someplace to sleep. Gerald Briscoe finds out and pins him for the hardcore title.
but the best part was Michael Cole whispering,
Yeah.
"Gerald Briscoe's the new hardcore champion."
Why are you whispering, you dumb shit?
And it's just like, why is Michael Cole whispering? Like,
Wait, was it Cole or could have been King maybe? I don't know if it was Cole or King. I'm not really sure. I do remember that clip though being played. I just can't remember if it was actually Cole or if it was actually King who was whispering or something. I'm not really sure.
And of course they took the whole shoulders pin thing to be quite a literal thing. Like you could pin somebody against a wall, if you tried hard enough, and get the 3 count that way. Like
Big Show
wasn't there a night that it was a pay-per-view? It changed hands 11 times, I think. It started off with Crash and ended with Crash.
yes.
Maybe. I know. I think it. Well, I know it changed hands quite a bit at WrestleMania
There was
2000, that Hardcore Battle Royal.
There was one pay-per-view where Molly Holly won the title briefly.
Yeah.
And
WrestleMania 18, I think it was.
She's celebrating with the belt, then all of a sudden she turns around and she gets whacked with a chair. Like, oh no, not Molly.
I'm just waiting for the moment when they bring that belt back that the inevitable Boondocks reference, where the hardcore champion's in the middle of the ring, and suddenly a chair is thrown at them and hits them, and then suddenly a swarm of wrestlers just come into the ring and start brawling. So you want to start a fight? Throw a chair.
And then fucking Bo Dallas crawls in like, shh, shh. Fucking everybody's brawling, and whoever's the hardcore champion is laid out. Fucking Bo Dallas just like wanders in like, oh, hey referee.
My only fear with the hardcore title is that if Ambrose somehow loses the WWE World Championship, they'll stick him in the hardcore division because he's a lunatic and he's crazy.
He's a crazy man. Sawzall to the forehead.
The greatest work of all time, right there. That what was that? A foam blade or something? It was fake. There was something in there. No matter, I think he denied saying that there was something, that there was nothing in there, but there was something there that was rubbing against his head. It just wasn't real.
That what are we talking about when he was in CCW?
Yeah, the Sawzall to the head.
This I really thought the Sawzall. I thought that was a real blade.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, thank God, because that would have been catastrophic.
Yeah, no. As someone who worked in power tools for 5 years, you know, and used to crack jokes constantly about Sawzalls, I know just how legitimately they work and how powerful they can be, and there's no way in hell a Sawzall to the head would have been able to make that fine and delicate of a cut on his head. You know, like you cannot skin the surface with a Sawzall moving that fast.
It would more be like, well, Dean Ambrose is dead.
Oh, that would be taking New Jacking to a new level.
Yeah. New Jack will just imagine if New Jack had that instead of the fucking knife he had when he fucking did when Mass Transit happened.
Or
oh my God, it would be like watching the freaking
oh
Black
no,
Knight.
the dog's back! Son of a bitch! See, you got New Jack pissed off now. New Jack.
My phone keeps falling. My bad.
Fucking, he thought you were Gypsy Joe for a second. Fucking.
Rest in peace, Gypsy Joe. We hardly knew ye.
For those of you who are curious, YouTube Gypsy Joe versus New Jack. Fucking 75-year-old man being assaulted by New Jack.
A 75-year-old man who still wrestled being beaten up by a possibly middle-aged, angry black guy who also kind of wrestles but is considered to be very dangerous.
Well, I mean, I believe he said he killed 3 people in his times.
I don't know. New Jack can say whatever he wants because he's a scary man who will probably kill me if I say anything bad about him. So
listen.
Yeah, my face is out here on the internet. You know, I'm behind a camera, so I'm going to bite my tongue about anything, you know, in case I ever run into this guy, because I work in a very dangerous area in Massachusetts. So, you know, just in case he's somehow touring and winds up at like a Top Rope Promotions show, you know, which is one of the bigger feds in the area. In case he shows up at one of those shows, like I kind of don't want to say shit about him. Because like he could randomly walk into my store and I'll be like, oh shit.
Listen,
just fucking hold a picture of you. You seen this man? You seen this motherfucker? I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Listen, New Jack, if you're listening, the person that's saying this is Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick wants you to Google blue waffle, New Jack, okay? Now I'm just imagining New Jack going to a 49ers game and being like, where the fuck is Colin Kaepernick, that piece of shit?
Oh my God.
I think that's kind of insinuating that New Jack is kind of stupid, which we are not saying in any way that he is in any way stupid. We think he's actually very smart. As a matter of fact, we don't think you're stupid at all, New Jack. No.
I think he's stupid.
But that's because you're Colin Kaepernick.
I don't think New Jack is stupid. I think he's a wonderful guy who's just very misunderstood.
I think he's a very dangerous man, but that's why he should be respected.
Listen, I, Colin Kaepernick, backup quarterback for the 49ers, think New Jack is a very stupid man.
Oh my God!
Fucking New Jack fucking starts wailing on Colin Kaepernick with a chair, like, yeah, you're not gonna be standing up for the pledge anymore because you're dead.
New Jack in a fucking 49ers game is gonna be fucking hilarious. you go all the way to the fucking. It's gonna go all the way to San Francisco for a fucking 49ers game, and we're gonna hear about Colin Kaepernick getting fucking stabbed.
I, Jimmy Garoppolo, think New Jack is stupid. No, just...
Whoa! Okay, I get. You're from where you're from, and I'm from where I'm from. You know, and there's some very local stuff.
I don't know.
But I mean, just because I'm a masshole doesn't mean that I'm a mindless drone. You know?
I really don't give a crap either way. I just wanted to see what you would say if I said Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, I'm not a big sports fan. You know, I mean, wrestling is about as close to sports as I get, followed by the Olympics, and that's just because. No, the thing is I post about them on Facebook because it's all in good fun. You know, I mean, some people take shit a little too seriously, like my coworker who's a Dolphins fan. Who posts a lot of like anti-Patriot stuff and Tom Brady's a pussy and stuff like that, and it's just like, say all you want, your team hasn't been relevant since Dan Marino, and this is coming from somebody who's not a sports fan.
I mean, the only thing that could possibly be worse is if like a fucking Jaguars fan, like, oh, that's so cute. He's a Jaguars fan.
Oh, you're a Browns fan? I'm so sorry. Your team's not even brown. Your color is orange. What are you, colorblind? Yes.
We're the Cleveland Oranges.
with many apologies to colorblind people. So I'm sorry if you think the shirt I'm wearing right now is brown.
Oh, wait, you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan? Oh. I'm so sorry.
Oh, boy.
They've won, like, what? 6 games in the last 5 years? Oh.
haven't been relevant since the days of Allen Iverson.
That's being very fair.
It's being generous.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's generous. I'd say maybe Dr. J, maybe the days of.
Well, nobody really cared. People cared about the Sixers when Dr. J was on them. And then after that, nobody cared. And then when Allen Iverson came on to the Sixers, people cared. And then Allen Iverson left the NBA and the 76ers, and now nobody cares about the 76ers anymore.
They won a grand total of 12 games with Allen Iverson. Yeah. Great. How did we get to this point from New Jack to the 76ers?
You mentioned something about Jimmy
Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo's.
Jimmy Galapagos.
Jimmy Galapagos, yeah.
The Smarts for Marks or Jimmy Galapagos?
The Jimmy Galapagos Islands. He's
and this is coming from a casual Pats fan. Like, this is coming from a casual go local team because I live in the region fan. You know, granted, if I ever leave Massachusetts, I'm still going to be a masshole and probably still cheer for those teams. You know, but, I mean, again, I'm not a big sports guy. I watch wrestling. I watch the Olympics. And I sell sporting goods.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert De Niro, we get the picture.
You're good. You're good, you.
So
It was a great Robert De Niro impression. I applaud you for that.
Wait a minute now. Hang on. Going full circle back to that whole thing about celebrities coming out for wrestlers. Fucking Joe Pesci had nothing to do. Get him to come out.
yeah, I know, right?
Is he still? I don't know. Is he still kind of? I don't know. Could he still look intimidating or something, or just? I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah. Who could he cut a promo for? Who could he actually just come
he
out
could
and
come
just
out. He
endorse?
could come out with Enzo and Cassie and be like, "Hey, these fucking guys, they're the best."
Nah. Have him come out. You know what? I mean, I, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there can't stand Mojo Rawley. I think the only person who legitimately likes him, unfortunately, is Patriots player number 87, Rob Gronkowski.
And Ben
Because
Spencer.
and who?
Ben Spencer.
And
Benjamin Spencer. Probably not.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I only know that Rob Gronkowski's a fan because I've seen him partying with, like, Mojo Rawley posted pictures partying with Gronkowski, and I was at an NXT show in Rhode Island. It's relevant right here, Ruckus in Rhode Island, and down there at the bottom, Mojo Rawley versus a local guy. And Gronk was sitting there feet away from the entrance ramp in like neon yellow-green pants and like a white t-shirt, flipping the fuck out when Rawley came out. And then after Rawley's match was over, he just casually kind of disappeared from his spot in the crowd and never came back. So it's like, after that match, he just went backstage because he's Rob Gronkowski, and he's just like, all right, party with Mojo. Like, I can't stand Mojo Rawley. I cannot stand his character. I think his catchphrase is all right, but I can't stand his character. I hate that he's with Zack Ryder, and God forbid, if they do give Cass a solo push and Enzo becomes irrelevant, get rid of Mojo Rawley and pair Enzo up with Ryder, for the love of God. Like that right there. That would be freaking hot chemistry. The two of them, I could see that working. And then throw Pesci in there for the hell of it for WrestleMania moment.
Hey, how you doing? Yo fucking mama.
That actually could work.
Or
I
have
don't find Mojo too annoying. It's just I'm just kind of much like with Reigns. It's like I'm just indifferent on the guys. Like I don't care. But if he is on TV for too long, I might just fucking turn the channel or something.
There was a legitimate chant at the NXT show I was at, and actually, it started in my area of the crowd while Mojo was wrestling. We want Ryder. Oh my God. Because if there's one crowd that can hijack a show, even when it's not shot at full sail, it's the NXT crowd. They will chant whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want, and even if they don't know what the fuck is going on, they go, I hear somebody say something, I'm joining in! I'm joining in!
we want ice cream.
No, because that's what the NXT crowd does. I love the show, I love the wrestlers, but sometimes I feel that the crowd at NXT is actually more obnoxious than the crowd at the Impact Zone.
Cause I don't know about that. The Impact Zone, I don't know if they actually care so much because it's a bunch of casual fans and tourists who probably have never seen wrestling before or really don't like it, but they get in free, so it's like, hey.
Well, they're not at
Go
Universal
see this
Studios anymore. They're not at the old Nick Studios anymore. They lost that a while back, from what I heard.
But they still are.
They tried.
Go ahead.
I don't know where the hell they're located out of, to be honest. I mean, because I know they were at Universal Studios where Nickelodeon Guts used to be filmed, and then they tried taking the show on the road, and I could have sworn they dismantled the Impact Zone set. And I don't think I have no clue where the fuck they are now, to be honest. I have no clue where the Impact Zone is. It exists somewhere, but it's not at the studios formerly known as Nickelodeon. So, last I heard, at least.
I think they just do. I think they do take the show on the road, but they don't do live events. They just do tapings at certain places. They'll tape a certain amount of shows, like maybe 3, 4 shows in a row. Then they'll go. Then they'll just the guys will go do regular indies, and then they'll come back for tapings. And basically, all they do is just TV tapings. They don't do live events anymore. They'll do TV tapings and pay-per-views, and that's about it.
Oh, I think if there's a good random chance they might be doing it in Georgia, which I guess is full circle because WCW used to work out of a studio in Georgia as well because that's where Turner was headquartered. But Georgia is a right-to-work state, and they have a very good film tax credit. I don't get Pop, so I haven't seen TNA since it was on Spike TV. I never got any of the other channels that TNA aired on after that, so I have no clue where the hell they're doing it. I know Georgia, by law, I guess if you're getting the film tax credit, you got to get that "Made in Georgia" thing put at the end of your video. Or show rather, because when WWE does Georgia, it appears at the end, and it's at the end of Archer and all of the Adult Swim shows that are produced in Georgia. So I mean, when I go back to eventually watching TNA, I will keep an eye out for that. But I don't know. My guess would be Georgia, but because it's cheap to film there.
Yeah. TNA's been doing all right, I guess.
With that tasty bit of information, I need to take my leave because I have work tomorrow.
I have tomorrow off. I might be doing this again tomorrow night now that I got the kinks worked out of this. Go live tomorrow night for SmackDown Live, and then cut myself short because of recording the Mental Cast. But shameless plug, because you're still here, Dane. Me and you, this Saturday, September 3rd?
Yeah.
4th?
Yes.
September 3rd. September 3rd, 10 p.m. Eastern, right? 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, I think?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Figure it out if you're somewhere in between. At cultureshock.tk. Is that what it is now?
Yes.
Cultureshock.tk. You Can't Be Serious is going live to record season 4, and us two funny bastards are going to be on it.
Yes.
So tune in and tell us what to do.
Along with Mark Gledhill and Adam Winkleman.
Mark Gledhill also. Go ahead, look it up on YouTube. Look it up on Google search it. Go to Culture Shock. Wrestle Riffs. Funny show, Dane, Mike Riley, Mark Gledhill on occasion, myself on occasion, Rick Tarasi on occasion, Billy Carter, of course. My mind was blanking out on him. It's because he hasn't been in the Mental Cast for so long. I feel like I haven't heard from him in ages.
He's been busy with work.
Unfortunately. But yeah. Really funny people involved in You Can't Be Serious, Wrestler Riffs, Mental Cast. Mental Cast is Wednesdays on cultureshock.tk. You Can't Be Serious taping live this Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, cultureshock.tk. Check it out. Me and Dane are going to make you laugh.
Yeah, why don't you, Michael Bouvier, why don't you come check us out?
Sure, why not?
You didn't seem too sure about that. You're like,
if I don't have work, I'll check you guys out if I remember. If not, then I don't know.
If you're at work, stream the damn thing and just listen to us.
I'll use up all my data, and I work in a factory.
Ah.
Let me tell you something. I swear to God, I have New Jack on speed dial. I will tell him that you said all those nasty things. And then you were pretending to be Colin Kaepernick of all people? You... What do you think? What do you think? New Jack Stupid or something?
It's like, you said that, not me.
Don't
was
don't
you.
put this around on me.
Look, Dane Cook, that was you, all right? That was
Look,
you,
Dane-
Cookie. That was you, Dane Cookie. That was you.
Dan
Not
Cookie.
me, you.
My name is Dan Cookie.
Exactly.
So
was you.
yeah, let's do this proper. You know, let's do a little outro here. Dane, where can we find you?
You can find me on Culture Shock TK. Doing lots of things with a lot of people, and you can find me on Facebook if you're so inclined.
Okay, Mike, where can we find you?
Twitter @_ Michael Corvin. I'm also on Pornhub. No, I'm totally kidding. Facebook, but don't really kind of just. You can find me mostly on Twitter. Just follow me on Twitter @_ Michael Corvin, and also check out this show called Wrestling Soup. Great podcast, great stuff. So, and follow the Smarks Remarks on Twitter if there's that account's still
Yeah,
active.
we're still on Twitter. And there'll be new material up on there soon.
Like this show, maybe.
Yeah, well, this show will be pimped on there, along with our special fancy taped, green screeny, fancy ones that you're about to see posted to the site soon. And of course, the Smarks Remarks Tumblr as well. So the smarksremarks.tumblr.com is our current home, where you can look at all of our old text reviews. Now, eventually I'll get around. I'll overhaul that site. It is ancient. And of course, here on YouTube, the Smarks Remarks. I'm Jace the Ace. You can also find me on various forms of social media at Crit Hit Jace, as it says there in my lower third. I play video games. I do voiceover, and I do a bunch of other stuff on cultureshock.tk as well. Most likely whoring my voice out and doing impressions for random crap. Isn't that neat? So, yeah, be sure to keep it tuned here. We're going to do another live show tomorrow. We're going to spread the word. We're going to get more people watching. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a great experiment. Yeah!
If I wasn't going to see Korn and Rob Zombie.
You lucky bastard. One of my friends just saw them too, and he actually had crew passes, so he got a really nice view of that concert. Some really awesome photos.
What a lucky bastard.
This Thursday, I'm actually going to be I'm going to be seeing Tommaso Ciampa's, I think, final indie match. He's going to be taking on Pentagon Jr. for the AAW Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be fucking amazing to see live.
No, he still has indie dates because he's doing a show in Rhode Island called Crossroads, where he's wrestling Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
And yesterday, of all people, Cody Rhodes wrestled Jushin Thunder Liger in Connecticut.
Really?
What?
Yeah. So that just continues my conspiracy theory, though, that Cody Rhodes leaving WWE is half a work. Only because he seems to be wrestling a lot of people with ties to WWE in the indies. But that's just a conspiracy. A wrestling conspiracy theory. Thanks for watching.
Oh. That's just a theory. A film theory.
Sorry, with all the love to Matt Pat, because your show is awesome, and I'm addicted to it. So, plug us, please, once we have videos up.
Matt, we love you. We love you.
No, have us do a guest spot on Film Theory about wrestling. It would be fun.
Yeah. We can
collaborate.
We'll do a theory about Ready to Rumble. It'll be great.
Did you know movies? Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That's all. Whatever. I have no fucking sign off for this damn show. Deal with it.